quite nice so far from Magic's on the other side. Oh god, it's Magic against... Oh god,
it was always going to happen.
Yep, no, you're right. I'll keep it together, Chad, because we're not about fun. We just want to watch the game. Tag and Glaive. Those nades never really came into play here.
Saving.
Yeah. And I do want to just make a quick note. Chat, we can have fun and then watch the game. Nothing changes. The game will start at the time it starts. We aren't slowing down the game. We're just having fun.
We're not acknowledging those.
No. I want people to realize you can have fun. It's, you know, the whole like concept these days of everything's cringe because I'm 12 and, you know, haven't worked through my insecurities yet of being able to express fun and happiness. Like, I want to help people.
Oh, you're a therapist.
Oh, don't know if I'll go that far. Just, I like to see people having fun.
I'll come sit on your couch and tell you my stories.
Yeah. No, I just want people to be able to have fun. It just like Magic's does go down in the end, but again, his impact that round got them on the board, so really nice beginning.
Now, Counter-Strike is very serious business. Bad guys shooting good guys, knives, guns, grenades,
it's all there. It's all there.
It's in the digital realms. And in the digital realms, Astralis, and wanting to get on the board here. First map, lower bracket, Spirit's pick. Only 2 kills necessary in that first round for Spirit for them to walk away with the pistol. And I talk about Astralis with being a heavily percentage-based team. They were one of the first to do it at this level, to this stringency with fantastic utility usage. Some well-orchestrated strategies, and then the understanding that Counter-Strike, well, it's a race, Lauren. It's a race to 16.
Yeah. Now, the one thing is that we didn't get to talk too much about Spirit at the start, and I think it'll kind of highlight throughout this game. We were honestly a little bit surprised, I think, most of us, by the result against... Hold on. Glaive found Chopper, and the stack's in the right place. I'll come back to that point in a moment, because Mir might get a little bit of... play off this depending on how Dupree does. He's going to take him down. Okay, this is suddenly looking quite good for Astralis. All players in the right place. I just balanced the Some Die Young. Going to try and claw this one back together. And they've done very well at that, but they've suffered damage. And that's been exploited by Dupree. The Deagle comes out and suddenly a 1v2. They are armored up here on the CT side. This isn't your walk in the park. This is good percentage Counter-Strike being played. And if Magus comes online, if that man's Deagle comes out to play again today, I'm going to lose my mind because that nuke clip is still very much there. But I do want to talk about how Spirit got here because that big result definitely left a mark with me.
I think there was a part of it where in that matchup, both teams were happy to play very, very slow Counter-Strike on their T sides. Now, Spirit had the unfortunate nature of starting on the T side, and we were flabbergasted as to why there was no decisiveness in their play. It felt like they were able to do their defaults and they could have a lot of territory, but they just couldn't, you know, force anything out of big in the early stages of the game. They were able to hold on their utility. The pace changes that we've been seeing from Spirit and that we've been touting as one of their key strengths weren't really coming on through, and they just got paddled. It didn't feel like Spirit were competitive whatsoever. We want to see the version of Spirit where Mir is an absolute monster. We've got Boris the Brutalizer getting involved as well. I just balance on the AWP. This team, they were starting to grow on us, and in their opening game within the upper bracket, there was nothing that we fell in love with. It was quite the opposite. So today, Astralis, they are 100% the favorites in this one. There's no question about it. There's no conversation. And that's with the head-to-head that these guys had towards the tail end of their group stage. It was a 2-0 from Astralis back then. We're looking for a likely 2-0 from Astralis here today, considering the map pool. And that loss yesterday, very fresh in Astralis' mind. And nothing motivates winners more than losing, Lauren. So I would say that a champion caliber team of Astralis want to bounce back with a vengeance. Unfortunately for Spirit, they're going to be the ones on the receiving end of that vengeance. So they force ball back in here, Team Spirit. Postured across the map early. Now back over towards the B side. They're going to have a 5-on-2 situation. Astag has a flash. Glaive ready to peek. Smoke's going to fade.
Oh, Glaive. This is going to be a horrible surprise. Oh, that smoke's going to fade any second. Now he's made it away in time. No harm, no foul. But they're not being subtle about this now. Going loud, going in the site. It's going to be Glaive to receive the first. Deals with the second well, but Some Die Young. That's the player to watch. He has the Galil. So does Tag, and he shows his is just as potent.
They can't plant. They can't
time. 4 seconds. The bomb fell in the wrong place. It's over. It's done for.
We need to get another Galil right now to take 2 rifles through to the next round. He will pick it up. So SDY and Mia able to scavenge some guns. Mia will be able to drop across the Tech 9. If you want to go for a force buy again for Team Spirit, I could definitely justify it, all things considered, with that damage they were able to do. I want to highlight there why you saw Glaive transitioning with the smoke just about to fade. If it's that late round, you really want to be playing 2 in the site, guys. If you get isolated and Glaive was towards CT and S-Attack goes down toward the site, they will find themselves in more of a retake situation. So by crossing that late, just with the timing that we saw, getting into the bomb site, really able to bolster that defense and deny Team Spirit from planting that bomb. The force buy will come back on out. I just bounce holding on to a little bit of residual cash, and a nade straight down the guts there as Mia. Cool. It's to 63 points of health.
and seeing the time run out like that, even though that wasn't necessarily the same scenario, does remind me of what we saw happening with these guys not too long ago, is that very late in the day hit. We were excited for the potential of a pace change, and it never quite came through in that previous game that we got to watch. However, you know, obviously they've probably gone back and watched it and gone, right, that's clearly an issue that we've run out of time. What is it, 4 or 5 rounds, maybe even more. But for now, we have to see what they can do, because Mir never really got going, and he's one of those players that we'll highlight, because leading up until that game, he was a big swing factor. If he has a good game, they are a very, very scary team. But what's scaring me right now is the fact that Glaive's got all the info. That's the bomb now left loose. Some guy Young's come back around, and he's delivered a nice shot. Glaive's gone down, everything's been noted, but now they can maybe hit the brakes for a second, costing more time for the T's, but they have to be very cognizant of the information now and map control kept by Astralis.
S-Attack's the safety net here. Glaive pushed forward, had the information, even had an impact frag, and that stalled out Spirit. But S-Attack, by waiting over towards this logs position, he's good for 1, a minimum of 1, and also holding on to deep banana information. What that means is the remainder of Astralis forces can stay over towards this site. As I say that, Device is starting to rotate through CT. I'm not quite sure what's forcing this.
Probably just the feel, and the feel right now is that Magisk is going to hold the apartments push. He's bought time perfectly for Device to get back around. And yes, some Young's doing damage. If he gets this kill, it's game on. It's not. It's over. Device keeps control, even though it was quite costly.
Yeah, now Spirit should take a save or just a partial investment here. You can only have so many of these force buy rounds where you continue forward until you go, okay, enough's enough. You've won the force buy wars. We'll take a step back. We'll allow our cash bonus to build on up so we can get those guns out, get I disbalance that coveted AWP. You want to get your AK-47s, your full kits of utility. And on the other side of things, Astralis, well, they'll be happy to take a breath. They'll be happy to get a full gun round on the board themselves, potentially build a little bit of a bank here. They've got head armor on all 5, kits for 3 of them, full sets of nades. Early utility usage over towards the top banana, not going to do a lick of damage whatsoever. As we take a look at Team Spirit's buy, you can see SDY on a Deadly Deagle, P250 for that of Nia. The other 3 will just be down to the Glock. So around like this, Astralis, you can limit it to 1 or 2 players. Don't want any more than that going on down. Don't make it any more costly, because in the early stages of Inferno, especially when you're gifted a scenario like this, there's a great chance to build your bank.
And I do want to look at the utility usage and how frugal Astralis can be, because they are incredibly diligent with utility usage, and I feel as though they're not going to just expend it for no reason, which is obviously a lovely idea for the T's. They'd love to rip away any of that, you know, money that's sitting in the bank there with those smokes, nades, mollies that obviously want to be dragged into the next round. I think a step's been heard, yep. Glaive going to play his down. Already seen Chopper potentially get across. I think he has, yep. Glaive, good work on the damage there. And the rest are still posted up. Now,
great
that nade is going to be lovely. Doesn't do as much as I hoped.
Yeah, it looked like it was going to do a lot there. Just out of the lines of damage with Spirit. Another smoke will drop now, 40 seconds. They are expending that utility that they wanted. If you want to really punish them if you're Astralis, try and keep them locked out for as long as possible, and then if they run in on the last 10 seconds, hide and don't shoot them until the time expires. That's a risk that Team Spirit might run if they continue to wait here. If you want to punish them as hard as you can, that would be ideal for the side of Astralis.
Yeah, and I do, again, that utility usage really highlighted to me. They've been saved perfectly down to those last couple of seconds. Glaive can be forced to fight. Might have wanted to wait till after time, but they'll handle them whenever they have to. They're down to 7 seconds here. If a kill comes in, that's fine, but it's
now
not going to come for a bomb plant.
Don't shoot him, don't shoot him, don't shoot him. You didn't have to shoot him. He wouldn't have enough time to plant. Oh well, it doesn't matter. It's really here nor there. It's just the finer details.
It's a nice bonus, yeah.
Yeah, if you can just deny that lost bonus coming on through. But once again, Astralis put another round on the board. 4 on the trot right now after losing that pistol and saving 3 players on the pistol round. Yes, indeed, they saved 3 players on the pistol round. They've been able to bounce back in quite the fashion. You can see here the rifles will come out for the Team Spirit side of things. 3 over towards the top banana early. No AWP for Device on the other side of things just yet.
I want to see how Balance does, because we've had quiet games from him, and then we've also had very impactful games.
Yeah.
Obviously, throughout the regular season, statistically, he was quite well rated. He did very well for himself, but I want to see how it works out on T-side Inferno. It's never going to be easy to implement, so if he finds pace for it, I like that. Great deal of utility invested towards Banana early on. The T's not really paying much mind to it yet.
So still with mid information was Device. That smoke's going to force him back off the line. Ready to drop a nade of his own. When's the sound cue? A few footsteps are made. Nade is a little bit short, but still tickles up both Chopper and Balance. Down below sub 90 HP. Now they're playing for mid info. This is not what we saw from Na'Vi the other day. Astralis being very, very active within these mid rounds, taking territory back off of Spirit. And through apartments, they want to crunch. This is eyes on Magisk.
Does have Dupree to help him.
Oh, the rotation as well. Glaive's already over towards Arch.
Yeah, he's leaning. This is right place, right time for the CT side. That flash is great, though. Balance gets a gold star for that, but there's the support system in play. Device and Dupree in combination. Device going to buy time for the cross to come in, so Dupree potentially could catch it. Wallbang. That's what you want to see from Balance. That's the player we were looking for. And now Esatag. He was towards B, but the timing, does he get it right? He peeks through. He's going to get towards the bomb site. Oh. That's brave. The jump then? He's trying to turret around. Chopper's found him, but that is all Balance on the difference makers.
Yeah, that was some big play there from Balance, considering the chips looked like they were down. We were calling that early rotation coming over from Glaive, and Spirit were able to handle that. And that's going to put Astralis in a little bit of a weird scenario right now. They have an option. These are the kills that we saw come through from Balance. The one through the wall onto Device, the no-scope here onto Dupree, and that's the site open for business. You can see as Esatag pushes in, he actually flicked his mouse behind him. There was only 2 players surviving, and he saw one of them go to pit. So maybe thinking there was more players alive in all the furious flurry of that round number 6. It would just be the partial investment from Astralis here, not opting to go for the buy. They would have had enough to justify one. It would have been with MP9s, maybe some Famouses in the mix. They want to go for the full gun rounds, knowing how important that utility can be. Device might get overwhelmed here in a second. SDY already forward in the boiler room, and back towards middle Spirit go. So much more of a direct approach this time round.
And the pace is substantially different. Device around the back, question mark. Dupree's going to try and be quite subtle about this, but for now it does seem as though the T-side have...
He must have dropped it in spawn or something. He's only rocking the Zeus.
I guess you're forced to use it, right? Maybe it's that, you know, training with weights sort of deal going on.
If he goes flying out of apartments and like circle jumps down and Balance picks up the orb.
It shouldn't happen because Chopper's watching this.
Wait, so Glaive has a flash. If Glaive flashes for... Okay, never mind.
Nah, Glaive ain't wanting any of this. He's got himself a nice little AK.
So they're just doing financial damage right now, Astralis. They're just boxing them in, making sure that Team Spirit are unable to leave. If they want to go towards the pit, they're going to try and do late round damage over there. This is when Dupree might actually go out holes, and you can see he's giving him the pistol. Here comes the flash. Dupree's going to go for damage now. Not going to get anything done.
I think a single bullet hit. Device having a go at it. Tags. Doesn't matter. Again, I have to highlight early work coming out from Balance, Sumda Young. I want to see Mir joining in, and then suddenly you've got a really dangerous 3 there coming out. I would love to see Spirit finding that form here, confidence getting, you know, boosted up early on. Now, bear in mind, we did go on a 4-round run for the CT side. They're fine on that. They're happy enough. We do get them back on the buy here. So I want to see, again, what does Spirit have to bring out here? We've seen a bit of a pace change here and there.
I just want to point out, Glaive with 3,400 left over didn't buy a defuse kit. So going into round number 8, if we find ourselves in a post-plant scenario, Astralis going for a retake, maybe off the cards immediately. Taken full banana control. They've managed to slot Esatag all the way down over towards logs. You can see here, Team Spirit working their default up towards middle. Smoke on towards the arch side, keeping an AWP-less Device at bay. Smoke down towards bottom of banana now, and mid control is garnered. So a minute 20 left on the clock. Things are going swimmingly for Team Spirit, but they need to take back some banana information. And as the trade of nades comes on through, Balance cops a decent chunk. Esatag's the sole defender here. We have seen Glaive leave him on an island, rotating over for that A lean. The smoke for Esatag is everything.
Yeah, hearing that nade, you do instantly see Glaive coming back around, potentially called by S-Tag. Whether or not he saw anyone on that jump peak, I don't think he did. But they will be in the right place. There's that flash to clear the top, and now Glaive's actually on this with the flash to set him up. Chopper unblind though. Push further forward, he takes down Glaive. Massive opportunity now for the T's. They have banana control. They had top mid control. They've been going through that checklist of everything you want to see a T-side do. But now Device has found the timing to come over here. Might go ahead of those smokes, he does, just for a little bit of a spray. Not looking like he wants to stick around too long, especially now. 37 HP isn't looking so ideal. High flash, gonna put S-Tag in a bad position. There's Mira on the opener, big and two. S-Tag down, you've got the site now open, available. Bomb plant, get out of there. Oh, Device can't even make it out. Idis Balance catching him on the way. This is a nice T-side so far from Spirit.
Yeah, and they're more than happy just to give Astralis banana control at the start of the round. So if I'm Astralis, I'm probably reflecting on that game that Spirit played just the other day against Big and going, what did Big do? Well, they didn't waste all of their utility within the early stages. They held on to as much as they possibly could, and then they used it in more of a smoke molly defense style as the attacks were coming through from Team Spirit. With Astralis now losing yet another round, that'll be 3 on the trot in favor of the CIS squad. I think a flash is about to come through into library. Were they thinking about it? Well, they don't need it. Chopper's going to destroy Dupree, dropping one of those rifles. And now it's just Magus tucked in towards the pit. I think he'll stay alive here. They're a little bit far away as Chopper hunting, chasing, desperately looking to take him on down. Doesn't have enough seconds on the clock to get there. And well, this is the opening kill over towards the B side of things. Glaive will fall, searching for that info. And then S-Tag, that flash that you were talking about coming in from CT, it was just a little bit early. It was ahead of the T-sided attack. They hadn't even taken control of pool just yet. So S-Tag was picking on in, expecting them to be blind, and nobody was home.
Mad thing on Twitter, obviously. The Danish police tweeting out. If you sprint home to watch the Astralis versus Team Spirit game here at 2 o'clock, understandable. But now remember to keep a good distance from others, even on the way home. Like, they truly are just like celebrity status out there. That's
it's
mad.
Wild. I've been over there for a couple of events when Astralis are doing their jersey drops and seeing everybody lining on up. But with the country of Denmark behind you, Lauren, you might want to be picking up a win here where...
You might want that.
Yeah, let's not... Ooh. Oh, whoa, the quick change. STY almost got caught with his pants down.
A little shaky.
Yeah, I was going to say, let's not beat around the bush like a 70s porn, Lauren, because this is somewhere where Astralis are the clear favourites here.
Sorry, I didn't hear that the first time, Chad. What did you say?
I don't know if I should repeat it.
But I loved that. Absolutely loved it. Device is now committed to this. Through the swings, he's found. Now, they do have 3 players here, but if they go through CT Arch, it'd be just S-Tag. It does seem as though they're going to continue forward. Whether or not they expect this many players. Oh. Dupree with a big dink. What the hell? God, that phrase doesn't sound good after what you said, but it's going to be Glaive to join in as well. But there's Glaive continuing. How the hell is he finding these? Just nabs a gun as well. Suddenly, the shots come through. How on earth did they just win that? Dupree's shot was absolute filth. Then suddenly you have Glaive battering people. USPs apparently is all you need.
Yeah, and they did it without that saved rifle really playing too much of a role within this one. Sure, Vegas baiting so that Glaive can push on in and get a couple of these kills, drawing that attention was huge. But this is twice now, Astralis, within the early stages of this game that they've made the right read. Think about the force buy that they won. It was with that B stack where they were ready for that wraparound through construction, through the ruins position. They had players in the right place to hit the big shots. And here again on round number 9. So back underway we go. Money decent enough for Team Spirit to buy the banana aggression as S-Tag. He needs to be careful. Damage was done to Chopper, down to 11, but the shot was even better. Opening kill for Team Spirit.
Device is on the AWP now. That being picked up, filtered back through to him. Molly smoke flash, they can prop him up. That you feel like you're in a safe place when you've got Device controlling this, but I haven't been afraid to go back towards it either. Glaive gonna post himself up towards CT Arch.
If they just go back towards one of these A hits, Team Spirit, they're probably on for success again. Smokes go over, one towards Moto, one towards front sight, and one towards the arch side. Up quad, here we go.
They did a bit of damage there, a little bit of a tickle, but they just kept safe by the smoke there. Molotov coming in. Device on the way back around. Oh, this could be problematic. Yes, he's been found. 46 seconds, B's open. My word, have we got a new Fakey Boy team?
Well, look at the low HP on 3 of them right here. Chopper's still selling the A play. Glaive is the only man over towards the B side of things. Molotov going to get dropped. That gives up the fact that there is a player over towards this side of the map, and now it's just going down to the rifles. Glaive has to hit some shots and some big ones. The bomb not committed towards the B side, and if he calls for a rotation, if Glaive goes down, they might leave the pit position, and that's going to leave A completely open. They are in the right place here, Astralis. If they don't move, they can still win this.
I'm amazed by it.
Have to go A now.
Are they going to hear any of these steps? They must have now. Chopper seen. Shot needs to come in. Yeah, Major's going to keep Dupree safe and then some. Oh my word, though. How did they just come through so quickly? Dupree dies in the blink of an eye. I thought they'd done enough with Majorsk then towards that little, corner there, playing by the bike. The smoke was in place. Not to be.
Yeah, there was no way you would be expecting an A hit, especially after they took Glaive down over on the site. But I think Team Spirit thought, well, surely if we kill the B defender, they're going to have to rotate. Not the case. The late utility worked out perfectly for that of Team Spirit, and they'll bounce back. And this is going to force Astralis into a place where they have to question what type of a buy do they want to go for, because the low round, the scrappy buys, they've had success on 2 of those already. Do they want to go for another one? Or do they want to now concede what could potentially be a couple of rounds on the trot here by taking some partials? Discussion time. As you can see the money. This is what I'm talking about, right? Magus has enough to buy. Glaive has enough to buy. Device, he has enough to buy as well. It's just Dupree and Esatag who are down there, both sub 3K mark. So it will be one of these partials. And that's what they, like other teams, we would see them justify the buy, right? They go, okay, we can get 3 rifles up. I'll drop you an ult for Device. You can drop me an M4. Maybe we'll get a couple of MP9s out. We can get some decent utility. Other teams we might see go for that. With Astralis going for more percentage style Counter-Strike, they play the Chad style. They want the full buys, right? They want those where everybody has everything they want and everything they need.
Did you say they play to your style?
The style I like.
Astralis plays...
The style I like.
Ah, I see,
right?
I see,
I'm,
I see.
I'm one of those, like, purists who wants to make sure everybody, it's not that I don't like the MP9s or the shotguns or, the pistols.
Yeah.
But they play the style of Counter-Strike, which I think is tidiest.
Yeah. I will say the damage done by the nades was great, but it does fall down to the pistols. That does mean it's going to get a little tricky at this point. But again, the newly appointed addition to the Fakey Boy gang will be Spirit. Smoke towards CT cross. Smoke comes back out. A little bit of a trade up, but obviously the CT side working with very limited amounts.
Surely they win another one of these. Surely.
The thing is, I wanted to talk to Rush, but then I was like, wait, Astralis kind of keep winning these. So, no offense,
People
Rush.
will bring him in on a gun round.
Yeah, gun rounds. We'll bring you back out. Glaive looks for a little info, finds a little too much for it. Now, Dupree has put himself in this position. Majorsk has started looking down mid. He's kind of put himself into the apartment. So they're quite aware. This is a high percentage chance they're coming this way. With all the smokes up, it's going to be Esatag to find the first. Well, be found the first, should I say. And now it is just Glaive. Shouldn't be much of a problem.
There was a chance that he had a couple of kills there, but low on HP. The bomb should be going on down. Magus, can he get any more than one? It's not to be, as the only damage found there was on Tamir. He falls. We'll be able to reinvest. And now we see the full buy coming out from Astralis. Now, the AWP, no Molotov for Dupree, no Molotov for Device. So no crowd control nades up. No.
How you doing, Rush?
Again.
Hello?
Hello?
Hello. What's going on?
Do you like your jumpsuit?
Yeah, I haven't tried it on yet.
Okay, well,
I'm looking forward to it.
I hope it fits. I hope it's all good.
It should be okay.
We got it measured up.
I can get it adjusted if not, professionally.
How the fingers feeling today? They
Fingers
fresh?
are feeling good, feeling all right. I'm hoping Device is going to get 5 this round, but who knows? Maybe me up here might do more, but maybe it's Magix who might do more.
Hey. What's the official pronunciation on the 2 names?
Isn't it Magisk?
Yeah, close enough.
And Magix.
Okay.
And the double X, it's like X, Magix.
You really got to put that accent
You
on
really
it.
have to, yeah.
Okay, well.
Missed you, Rush.
No worries. Good to be back. Good to be back. Had a nice day off yesterday. It was pretty chill.
That's a funny way to say I missed you too, but all right.
Missed you
Device
too.
now getting some pressure. I feel he's just constantly hurt. Dupree over towards CT Archer's time, bit of a switch around. This balance, trying to isolate, see if we get maybe a little freebie with that smoke in play.
Okay, slow one here again from Team Spirit. I think in the following rounds we might see some pace changes, but let's keep our eyes on round number 12. Posturing for another one of these A attacks Astralis still have a little bit of information, and now they want to jiggle towards the top of Banana, potentially taking that back. Nade down towards the half wall, but eyes on Device. AWP in hand, smokes go over, flashes as well. Aegis does well to get one out of Halls. Pressure is on. Device will find Magics and dropping back towards that pit is dupreeh rotating over. He's going to deal with all the problems, and now it's just Mir.
One towards CT Arch, and no more. Glaive puts a stop to it. This has been, is this back and forth? I feel it's been a bit streaky.
It has. There's been like a couple of patches, right? So we started with Astralis with the 4 in the row, then we had the 3 back, and then, we had a bit more back and forth in the recent rounds. Now, Astralis probably wanting to post 9 rounds. That means they need to go clean for the remainder of this half. Here's a look at dupreeh coming through the smoke, just mopping up any of the mess that they could have been over towards the A side of things. Balance to be dropped across the north. The buy's looking good for Team Spirit. Their money now in a bit of a precarious situation. Should be looking to get the bomb down to continue to stimulate that economy to get some buys. There's the smoke. It's a one-way. Denies the molly. Allows Device to be set up for that kill onto Chopper, but he's under pressure.
Yeah, that smoke should help. Unless Mir just barrels straight through, which I think he has. Oh yeah, Device did not expect that at all. Mir just put to task. Through the smoke I go. No fear against the AWP of Device.
Yeah, and I understand why, because you would be expecting with that smoke that was thrown on down.
Got a nade on the floor.
Well, he's got to use that nade and then throw the other one, right? That one would have...
Oh, has he dropped it for his teammate, yeah?
It would have been blown off of Device's body, Lauren.
How?
Well, I would show you in Skybox, but I don't think it has that functionality. Maybe MC can go back in time and find that for you.
How the hell did that end up there? Oh god, people are going to think I'm serious about dropping the nade, I just realised. Right, nice nade damage though.
It's a new feature, Lauren.
People are actually going to be like, oh, she doesn't know Counter-Strike.
They added it recently.
Yeah, no, I can imagine. Good nade damage though, and this does kind of, now with those smokes, almost encourage that Molotov to go in with the smoke coming back from S-Attack. He's very well and truly aware of the potential. His Glaive's up on top to deal with a lot of this. Now, S-Attack tried to get through it. They're playing pretty far forward. This is going to be a problem for Glaive. He's going to be dead on a timer. Yeah, goodbye. Beautifully done by Mir. Nicely positioned, very proactive in play, and having full faith in his teammates to still be safe on the site. Now we do see Magic's getting quite close. dupreeh is there.
Oh, he missed the nade.
The nade was close, but no cigar. Now that molly, however, very nice. Forced to fight, forced to die. Idis Balance and Mir to hold. What do they have left? Flashes, nades, but Idis Balance going to cost Magus his life, and dupreeh's thought better of this one.
Yeah, that rotation was very, very far away. You could see Astralis, they were on the other side of the map, obviously holding the A bomb site, but they were over towards pit and halls. So for them to rotate over, it took a very, very long time. And considering how all over the place Spirit have been in some of these rounds, you would start to get a little bit more hesitant in the way that you want to be rotating anyway. Oh, the chase is already on. That was very quick stuff from Mir. He goes down. Idis Balance will want to hold on to this AWP. Now, I would like to see that pace change that I was talking about from Spirit coming through now. The fact that with this win bonus, they're getting there all just over that 4K mark or just under for the likes of SDY and Magics. They can buy into some Mac 10s here. You know, get those Mac 10s up, potentially go for a faster play over towards B. See what gear you're able to open up here and punish Astralis, because their money is also in a bit of trouble. Device has enough to buy a rifle. Aegis is going with the FAMAS, so this will be the buy. Should see Device buying on in any moment. There it is. Just the pistol for Glaive. S-Attack thinking, what do I want? And he's just going to go with a CZ75. So one defuse kit in play. Pace change is not super quick from Spirit. They are still crossing their T's, dotting their I's, going for more of the default spread, holding Astralis back with utility to kick things off, but now we're talking SDY in the boiler room, ready to pounce at any moment. A is getting set up. This is going to be quick. Yeah,
it certainly is. Device feeling the pressure, already going to hear the flashes, the steps, everything coming his way. Molly's going to buy a bit of time, but they go through it again. These guys are not slowing down for anything. Young is so blind, though. Completely flashed, but as Device, and with that smoke in play, he can't really see what's happened. I think Chopper might know where he is, though. And now with Magus going down, it's just Device. Staying alive is pretty valuable, to be fair. It does cut off those post-plant positions. Idis Balance could have done with that. Not to be just yet. Still a bit of mayhem here. Yet to get the bomb down as well. We've got Idis Balance doing everything he can to keep Spirit looking likely on this as Chopper begins to try and worm his way around as well. Glaive and Device. This is a tough one.
He's on for the... Oh, that's 3 for him. Mia got the first, so Glaive. Not a lot he could do there, just that 5-7 in hand, and that's the half for Team Spirit. 8 rounds to them. The money is in the bin for Astralis going into the final round of play. They only had the $2,400 loss bonus because the back and forth affair within the middle of the patch. And, well, Spirit are on for the 9 rounds that I said Astralis probably really wanted. And this is better from Spirit. It's much better than what we saw the other day against Big, that's for sure.
I mean, they're actually closing out rounds within the time limit, so I'm really happy about that.
And that was a much more direct approach, right? The fact that they took pit control, the site getting smoked off again by Astralis, forced Team Spirit to go for different duels. And once they had dealt with Magus go over towards the pit position, it was just a matter of, okay, well, we have this territory. Now we're just going to sit back and take the fights. And iDisbalance was offered up many a kill. Maybe they might flash and try and push through this mid-smoke here. It's strange that they're postured so close. Deep nades set up down towards middle. There they go, 4 of them. That's going to give away the sound cues. There were 4 players over towards the top of middle. Hasn't forced Spirit to go straight for a B play, as we can see Astralis trying to play the mind games. They've rotated Glaive and Esatag over here to join up with that of Device on the B bomb site. They're leaving Dupree to go on a fact-finding mission. He's going to go down here, I think, Lauren.
Does he do it? He does. Gets the shot as well, but some die young. Doesn't die at all. And now it's going to be the B hit. There are a good couple of players here for the CT side. But again, just pistols. They do have the armor there, but you hit the brakes on this. This could be the double dip. Do still have some Young controlling the bottom of T stairs, ensuring that there is no danger in the back, so they can focus on the way forward if they want to. That last bit of utility put to place for the CT side. They are running very low, and they have sent Device back towards A, maybe feeling those fakey boys might be coming online.
Yeah, 30 seconds left. They have time to run up middle, take some fights, and then still head back towards B, but that's got a timer on it, and that timer is going to quickly expire. Looks like it just will be the A play.
Yeah, greeted by Device happily. Maybe that's nice, but it's not nice enough. There's this attack, though. He needs these to be crisp and land cleanly, and they don't. So now just Glaive left in the 1v3, and this half has been mostly dominated by Spirit. They look pretty well-rounded. A bit of a different look to what we saw against Big, and a shutdown in the end. A nice scoreline, 6-9. Favorable to Spirit, but it's not over yet. Astralis get to have their go on the T side. Let's see if Spirit can keep them locked in.
The heat, but we don't want to let go. We answer questions that we ask alone. I hear the words, but they're coming out of next.
Het is de iPhone 11 Pro. Super vet. En wat ik er ook heel erg fijn aan vind, is dat een swappie telefoon, refurbished telefoon is. En het is van top tot teen gecheckt. Zoals deze is nog gewoon super nieuw, deze telefoon. En ja, je ziet gewoon dat het kwaliteit is. Het voordeel van de swappie iPhone is dat je gewoon garantie krijgt, 24 maanden lang, en je hebt goede kwaliteit.
Would you give up your rights and let your life slide away? Lazarus. let your life slide away. Lazarus, so you've been laid to rest. Lazarus, so you've been laid to rest.
Nine 9-6 on the half in favor of Team Spirit on the T side of their map choice. Things are looking pretty dangerous out there for Astralis, as loser of this one will be eliminated from ESL Pro League Season 12 playoffs for the European side of things. Going to get this one back underway as Astralis now get their shot at the T side. Utility out. Glaive and Magisk investing in that. Armor for the other three. Dupree, Device, and Esatag. On the other side of things, will be Chopper with a kit and some flashbangs. It's actually a 4-man B-lean coming out early with Mir on a fact-finding mission. Fishing over towards alt mid.
Just combine the two. It
Yeah.
works. It works.
And look at this, in limbo towards spawn. So they're waiting for calls to be made either from Magix, who was towards the top of Banana. Now he's tucked himself back on in towards the new box. Or from Mir, who was the man running across the boiler room and spotting into second mid. As we can see, Astralis now have full Banana control. They have 2 smokes. One can be used for CT, one can be used for coffins. And then they have a Molotov as well.
Imagine the CT side would love to do something about this, though, and they've caught them in transition just before those smokes, just as the flashes were coming through. They do capitalize well, though. Dupree going to equal out those odds by claiming 2 quick kills, as now Chopper does a little bit of a dance, but backs away, eventually staying safe, buying a bit of time, but Device finds Idis balance. Chopper and Mir. Mir's position now noted. Glaives knows where the other is. Just takes a straight up fight. That's the kit now removed as Mir, the last man alive, position noted. No other ways to approach this. High flash, fully blind. Forced to back away.
Yeah, he's just going to try and hold on to this armor now. They're going to chase him on down. Magix wants to take this away. Dupree too has had some big kills within this one, and they get finished on off. Mir falls. USP scavenged. Round 7 on the board for Astralis here. 9-7 now. Force buy from Team Spirit likely. As you see, Mir purchasing on with the Deagle. HE for him. Swag 7 for Magix. We've seen him get boosted up towards that porch side of things on the little ledge. 2 more Deagles, STY and Idis Balance also investing in those. Idis Balance with head armor, not keeping residual cash for that AWP within the early stages. Chopper with a CZ and a smoke. So not going for crowd control, going for damage here, Team Spirit. They've actually, and for the same play they always do. Magix has been up here almost every time that we've watched this squad on Inferno, especially on these force buys. Quickly up in towards the boiler room will be Dupree, making sure no one's postured forward. Off the flash will clear out. Now towards B, they're selling a little bit of a fake. So smoke towards coffins will draw out one in return from Chopper. That's the only smoke going on down. They noted where that smoke came from. Land that one on the head of Chopper for 48 damage. And now with a minute 10 left on the clock, Astralis have some choices to make.
Some geeky smokes, I like them. And it looks like Spirit are going to take a bit of a gamble themselves. Now, Magix was blind, but do they check on this? It is a tendency, we have seen it before. But this top mid hold is pretty decent. You've got 4 players on this. Mir and Chopper are about to go and look for information. Chopper's found one. Oh, dearie me, it's all falling apart towards the top of middle. It looked dangerous, but now the bomb's swiftly going to be gathered up, trotted over towards that B bomb site. And now Magisk and Device need to do something quite spectacular. Keep in mind those guns will be recovered. There is armor against them. Limited utility, sure. But Device looking for early damage. God, that's stunning. Clean as anything. Would like a little more as well. Spots another. Good. That's going to be at least a rifle remove. That does fall back into the hands of Sundai Young. Magisk goes in for a look. Ooh, he's taking a little bit more damage, I feel, than he would have liked on that one, but it's not always your choice. And now suddenly Device is looking very damaged, looking a little worse for wear. Wants clean shots, wants these to land as best he could, but he can't make it count. Magix is there.
They don't have time.
Magix is there. And you're right, they bought just enough time. That must have been bloody close, though.
I think as Magus swung to fight Spawn off of Device's flash, there was about 20 seconds left. And then that push on in from Spirit, it did take its time. But we saw a similar scene to this yesterday. It was actually that of Heroic who were able to hold onto a bunch of rifles and then punish Astralis going forward. And this might even be enough for Spirit to consider a buy because they kept 2 Galils and an AK-47. Now, to me, that's a very, very potent looking buy before we talk about what else is going to be purchased on through. I feel like they could have gone for a full buy in a round like this. They've just dropped across the upgraded pistols they had. So Mia and I Disbalance get dropped a Deagle and a CZ respectively. But yeah, I could have made a real argument for them to go for a full buy in a round like this. It's not to be the case, so let's focus on what we do have on the table, and that's going to be 2 MAC-10s and a UMP. Device with the AK. Magus with an AK as well, and it's going to be fast out of apps.
Yeah, the flash is going to really set it in motion. They know that Sundai Young is going to be in transition. It's going to be Magix who finds it, but they were quick to the site. And now they've got the CTs pretty much locked off. If that bomb gets in safely, that is a safe plant. I don't see any way for them to hinder that. The CTs who are over towards that B side are trying to clear through T-Apps, through second mid, towards that underpass. Big kill from Device towards Magix. That is going to be at least the rifle removed, or one of. There's the other. Chopper going down. Again, that's nice. A big gun recovered. This is a clean round, it looks so far from Astralis. And you have the SMGs hunting Dupree. Very clean on the kill towards Disbalance. And there's the gun come back, but I'm sure that means that Mir is going to be playing hide and seek for a while.
Yes, he can. Look at this. Device just plucking him out of the air there as he's dipping off of the balcony. It's going to be 9-9. Astralis have turned this on its head quickly, but now can they continue forward? There was some woes on round 17. Round 18, when it was more of a deadly buy, one could argue, they made it look even easier. So there's that shot again in slow-mo. We like to give you guys all the action we can as many times as possible, especially within those power plays. And we do have those on the menu today, Lauren. It is Thursday. Your favorite day of the week.
Is it?
I don't know what your favorite day of the week is. Every day for us is the same, so it doesn't really matter.
You're not wrong. 3-man lean towards the top of Banana. And it looks like early investigation from Dupree. He's still keeping the MAC-10. He's getting quite a bit of information early as well, and you don't love to have an AWP against this just because you know he's jumping corners, he's going to be a nuisance, he's going to stay mobile, he's going to get more information. He is being very bold.
Look at the rotation he's forced here, Lauren. There's 4 players, and now Mir's in transition.
Does he hear this? I don't know if they were close enough to hear any of that.
They could go for more of a pouncy play. It's not super Astralis style, but I wouldn't hate it.
Dupree's going to get there now. You have bit of a trade out on the first. Chopper's still in position, but Device. Great kill, high value to it. Bomb now to be planted, a 3v3 post-plant, but look at the mollies, look at the nades. There's still a lot of time to be able to be bought by the T side here in this post-plant scenario. And on the other side, 2 flashes and a nade. So a little bit of playback in, but no early kills to be offered up.
Oh, that nade onto Magix there. That might just seal the deal. There's one more molly to be used in the hands of Vestatag. He is over towards Banana, so that'll be more of a shallow molly if he is to use it. But looks like they want to go for this. Oh, Device has found another one? Never mind, this one's safe. So many flames on the floor there. Astralis walking away with their 10th round on the board. And it was simple stuff. It just came through that execute on towards the B site ahead of the smokes. Device getting 2 big entry kills. And really, I think what you were pointing out in the early stages of how cavalier we had Dupree being up towards middle with that MAC-10. He could be a bit more mobile, jumping around, a bit more aggressive, not so worried about losing that. He's put so much pressure on just with his presence alone that Spirit had to respect it. And that's why we saw the early rotation coming on through, them getting caught in limbo and then eventually punished. So the buy coming back out. Everyone has AKs now on the Astralis side of things. A Famis for Magix. M4s for Mir, STY, and Chopper, and Disbalance keeping that AWP. 2 defuse kits in play. Utility is decent. See if Team Spirit have anything to say in this one. They've opted for what was a double app setup towards halls at the start, but they've dropped out of that with the spam coming on through. Normally indicative that it isn't a faster play over towards Boiler and halls. As we can see on the radar, it is just Dupree patrolling that side of the map. Half-wall smoke comes on through. Molotov not needed. You can see this. They're actually trying to bait them into Mir's hands. Device will respect this smoke. Minute and 10 left on the clock now. Good damage.
And nade. Did the chicken just...
Eat the nade? Like, did the nade go through the chicken? It definitely went burger.
Because I don't know if it stops how they bounce, because that looks like it might have gone further, and if it did, that might have done a lot more damage to the device.
Bloody chickens.
You hate to see it.
You love to eat them, though.
You do. Speaking of device, though, his rifling's been pretty key today.
Yeah, we haven't seen him on the AWP too much, or at least not having a lot of impact on it.
He seems perfectly fine, though.
Yeah, and maybe that's one of the keys Astralis need to continue here on the first map. Molly's over. Don't look like they're committing on this. You can still see 2 players from Astralis trundling up middle. Make it 1.
Yeah, but there's the issue, though. Glaive being found has kind of called this off, and now they've lost players on both sides. So you're down to the core 3 that are trying to make this work with the rifles, but...
They're saving. Oh, I hate this. Like, I know they have to, but we didn't even get into the round, Lauren.
No. Rush, how was your day off? What did you get up to?
What did I get up to? An Enderman killed me when I was trying to kill the dragon. That was very sad. Played a little bit of Danger Zone with Chad. That was all right.
Yeah, we won some games.
Yep. Some good stuff.
Goombed some people.
Some Goombas, some breach kills, some knife kills.
What time did you wake up? Just have a lie-in?
Today or yesterday?
Not today.
I think I woke up at like 1.
Yeah, okay. The gamer lifestyle. We can respect it.
But I think that messed up my sleep for last night, however, you know. So it's a give and take. It's a yin and a yang, you know.
You take the good with the bad.
Exactly.
And right now tied up at 10-10. Round 21. AK's back out for Astralis here. Let's see if they can give us an exciting round on the cards. Undisbalanced, wanting to make things exciting. Pushing down, already trained. Glaive tagged on up, down to 12.
Yeah. Okay. I want to see if Undisbalance continues. We saw some quite, flared T-side AWPing. Device done for. Mir hadn't been discovered. A couple of rounds we have seen a couple of, players posted up towards the sandbags. We hadn't really seen it come through. This nade now looks a little bit more deadly when you see Glaive on 12 HP. Doesn't find him, but it does find Magus and Dupree. Popped up for Chopper. Looks like the T's are still committing to this. Chopper. Here's all of it. Sees none of them.
I think Astralis are looking as indecisive as what Team Spirit did just the other day here within these mid-rounds. I know that they're down with Glaive low on HP and Device is taken out of the picture as well, but kind of just forcing their way around the map here. They don't have too much utility to work with, and now into the jaws of Team Spirit. They're just trying to keep them running a bit of a loop here, but Spirit have dug on in. They're happy to play this passive setup. They've got nades to work with. They're just going to wait and receive.
Yeah, not forced to do anything. Undisbalance now obviously going to be called over. Hey, 20 seconds. Give us a hand, Chopper. Does deal with 1. Good work from him. Can't get any more. S-Tag's done incredibly well there to be quite potent on those entries. So Undisbalance did get towards ruins quite quickly. He was sitting somewhat towards Speedway, so able to shuffle over early enough. And he is a slightly unconfirmed position for a while. It seems like they might be aware of it now. SD White, some die young, gonna post a nade to S-Tag. Oh,
wow.
It's Glaive who
1
receives
HP.
it. Right, here we go. The 3 play back in through coffins. S-Tag's gonna see at least 1. He should be able to get 1. No! Magic saves his life, but Dupree needs to clutch this out. He's a calm player in these scenarios, and Magix is on the bomb! He gets off it, but Dupree saves the round.
Okay, close that one right there. Astralis walking away with that. All 10 players in the server going on down. The money is good for both sides. We will see the buy round come out once more, but that is down to Esther with 2 big entry kills onto the B side of things. And with how indecisive Astralis looked in that mid-round, Team Spirit weren't having any of it. They weren't rotating around. They weren't getting cornered out of position. They were actually standing strong. And these are the entries I was talking about. First one over towards the coffin. idea that that was going to be the case. They got lucky with that timing. It made the entry frags a little bit easier. You could see off balance was I disbalanced towards the back of the site, missing that first shot, immediately taken on down. And with that opening right there and the rotation being far away, Team Spirit will think better of this. Note as well how much they're holding on to. Full kitty utility for SDY and Magix. Mir with a Molotov and a flash as well. Diffuse kits for all of them. And their money now, with 1900 getting thrown on top, means that they will be able to buy. SDY can drop a rifle over for Chopper, so he can get full nades as well. And iDisbalance has enough money to buy his AWP and everything he needs.
Okay, just briefly.
Yes.
Hopefully you guys at home did get the link, you know, the IP to join the GoTV, obviously. This is a radio broadcast now. No, we apologize about the issues. Obviously, we're just messing with you on my explanation. Just a couple of problems came through, but hopefully they're all fixed up now. No more black screen to be seen, but hopefully Chad was very descriptive.
Oh, sorry, guys. There was a little tidbit there up about Astralis' utility damage. I missed it, but if you guys read it, hopefully it was a good one.
It was 1500 utility damage there, Chad. Not bad at all, if you ask me.
That's pretty great, Rush.
From Astralis, that is.
Thank you for reporting in. We appreciate that. Rushley reports next time. I want to hear Rushley reports with the news. All right. Well, openings for either side. Damage done to iDisbalance. Over towards B we go. Looks like they want to continue to pressure this side of the map. The bomb being picked up now from Esatag over towards T stairs. And with a 2-2 setup and a pounce coming through, Lauren, this one's going to get spicy for Chopper.
It's worked well for me just before. We have to see if it's going to work well again. It's Glaive this time, but he does take down Chopper. Chopper unable to convert as he has done before. It looks like Dupree's disconnected on that. He didn't die, did he? Like, I'm not losing my mind. I don't know. Anyway, I'm going to keep that to myself for now. I'm sure we'll find out if damage was done. It doesn't seem to matter. May just there to find Magix. And now Mir and iDisbalance. It's probably a save again, if I'm honest.
Yeah.
And why does this feel so common and like we've done this before?
Well, this is Counter-Strike. We've been greeted and lucky enough to have some brawly games in recent times, Lauren. But when you have the likes of Astralis in the server and Spirit are more than happy to oblige and play the same style as CS, they will play that percentage. And you might get a play-by-play moment. You ready for this?
Nah.
You want me to take it?
I mean, the round's won.
You want to give it to Rush?
Glaive now with the M4 trying to destroy the economy. Explosion noise can mask his steps. Sees one, does a trickle of damage, and that's massive. That's taking an M4 out of the round. I don't know what they're going to do this round. They only have the Open-Eyes disbalance, the money they can buy, but it might not be great. They needed the utility.
Basically exactly what I would have said.
Yeah.
Just in a different accent.
Do you like Rush's accent?
His actual accent?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't often hear it when he's casting.
It is an odd one.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't sound like a traditional British accent. A lot of people confuse Rush with, like, different nationalities.
Where do people think Rush is from? If
I don't
you put
know.
that in chat, I'd really appreciate it. I'm pretty sure you know where he's from, but maybe if you just heard his voice, where was the assumption made? Yeah, and again, just appreciate the replays. You can catch up on all that nice black screen time that you had. There we go.
How many rounds was it out for?
Like 12. No, I don't know. It was like 2.
Okay. Sorry, everybody.
Sorry, guys. It wasn't us, but we're sorry, as, you know, the royal we. 14-13, Astralis are in the lead. A couple of saves have had to come out for Spirit, obviously. We have seen those B hits working out quite nicely. However, it does feel as though, okay, well, they can't just go B, right? There is always going to be that idea, like, eventually they'll have to go somewhere else.
Oh, this looks like it's going to be the holes pop. This is more of an instinct-based call than a percentage-based call. Look at all the utility they have. They're going to go straight into the arms of SDY.
Okay, some Young, though, up to it. 1-1 trade out, aim bad. It sets up Magix very well. iDisbalance now on the case, quick as ever. With a bomb left, out in the open, no chance to turn and try and get out of there. iDisbalance subtly on the site now. Molly's going to force him out of position, force him to fight. Wow. He'll die for it, but it's a valiant death as Glaive now, the 1v3, looking a little bit unlikely. Chopper, Mir, and Magix against him.
He's dead.
Bomb still left where it was, and it's a matter of time, and yes, B, work good. A, no.
Yeah, I think you were bang on there in the thought process from Astralis and Spirit. Spirit played the 3-man A defense, and Astralis assumed that they would have to lean an extra man over there. So going through halls is the longest rotation point to be coming on in if they were to do a 3-man B stack. And it didn't work whatsoever. iDisbalance with 2 big kills here, shutting this one down. The Molotov was good, but not enough damage was done to him previously. And coming on through there with the AUG, Mir will finish off Glaive. Buy will come back out for the Astralis side of things, but we're tied up 14-14. This time they'll go for the 3-man B lane. Team Spirit are actually the team one step ahead.
They're reading the game incredibly well. Magix does kind of find that no man's land again, quite safe, obviously, between the Molotovs and what have you. Takes a touch of damage, but still perfectly fine. Able to clear towards the top of Banana as he does slowly but surely work.
This is good as well. It looked like Magix was going to rotate over, but probably being told to stay over towards this B side of things because that's where Astralis have been finding all of their success. So going on into this bomb site, Astralis will have to deal with 3 players. Mir over towards Coffins, Magic boosted up towards the flower pot, and then in the back of sight, well, make it 2 players now because Mir's tucking on in. They might even go for the boost. Okay, in transition. They don't know where they want to end up right now, but they will have a boost indeed. I just balance with mid information means that they can keep that 3-man B setup coming on through. Tucked away in the mouth of middle is Esatag and Dupree, bomb in limbo on the back of Glaive. And by playing in this passive scenario, if information is taken towards brackets, which we can see it is, they will be calling everything's clear. Could be a B fake and then up mid, so it's all on Idis balance.
17 to 14 so far for him. No subtlety being shown by Astralis, of course, trying to
Great Molly.
ensure that this is looking good, and the timing could not be better. Because now Magix looks a little isolated, a little alone, and there's no one else coming, and suddenly this mid-hit looks so readable, likely, but they still have to deal with the players. There's only 2 hits, and Greek Young goes down. How did Glaive and Esatag live through that? The smoke's up, 8 seconds. If they stop the bomb plant, maybe there's a chance, but it's going to be Idis balance above, and a great shot from him.
They're going to go for this
falls. They are pressing this issue now. Device going to be gifted one there. Mir unawares. Barrel shows. Device having a game with the rifle, but still this 2v2's deadly. Glaive's HP is so low. I don't think they know how low he is, but it's on Dupree to be very, very instrumental in this. Sees Magix, kills Magix. And that's Idis balance out of there. That AWP wants to be kept over. This is going to be a very close game. These are not clear-cut rounds. These are not easy 1 rounds for Astralis.
Not by any means. And now with 1900 as the loss bonus coming on through for Team Spirit once again, their money is in the bin. And I said you didn't want to have your money broken on the CT side late. Well, that's exactly where they found themselves. Magix, Mia, and SDY are going to have to make do with, well, anything less than an M4, A4. Idis balance might be able to drop something, but does he want to get utility up? That's the real question going into the final round of play for regulation in map number 1. Astralis can make their buy work. Shouldn't have too many issues. Galils are pretty serviceable. This was almost the opening right there. I just balance up and over, but Device slams the door. 2 big kills. You can see pivoting back on over. Chopper not ready for him to already have been up close and personal. And that's because when Device found that first kill onto Mir didn't know exactly where he died from, right? It was just a boiler window, something
Somewhere,
like that.
yeah.
And in that case, the communication wasn't perfect. Able to find the gap, find the frag, and now we do have the match paused. And as you can see, there's only 4 CTs in spawn. We need 5. So hopefully we'll be back underway in just a moment.
What's the problem?
The chicken
Ready
can't
to
wield
go.
a weapon.
Oh, imagine him with that little pistol. Oh.
Like, how would he?
He's so
would it be in
ready
his,
to
would it be in
go.
his
Look at
mouth?
him,
Like,
he's
how would
got
he?
it.
How would he
Ready.
use it?
His little wings.
Under his wings?
Yeah. Little feathers.
Yeah, I just don't know how he's going to pull the trigger. That's all. I'm trying to role play as a chicken right now.
Get the pistol. No.
What are you packing at, chicken?
Nothing there. Rosh, how do you think a chicken would hold a pistol?
It's a very good question. Are they kind of like T-Rexes where they have the little arms, or do they only have the
Oh,
wings?
wings.
They only have wings?
They don't have arms.
Little arms.
I've got an idea. What about this? What if we had like we mounted the gun on the back of the chicken, right? And then you put like a little string around the trigger, and then as the chicken goes
like
down to peck, when he pecks, it shoots.
That's not a bad idea. You could have the barrel resting on his head too.
Oh yeah, okay.
It's a bit dangerous.
It is
It is a bit
odd.
dangerous. It might get a bit warm.
We might get
Yeah.
Peter might be on the phone in a second here.
Yeah, that's true enough.
Well, this game is as close as it can be.
Very true.
Guys, we're running out of creativity. I'm really sorry.
We're not. We can keep going. It just the value really decreases over time. Keep in mind we're obviously waiting for the player to come back in. Once he is back, when all sorted, we can get the game started up as well. But yeah, I like the theory crafting with the chicken. If any of you could maybe do some artist renderings of that, we'd thoroughly appreciate it. Obviously, hashtag ESL Pro League. I like a lot of the submissions people make.
Yeah, they do make good submissions. Rush, do you want to... I know that you were a bit upset the other day because you and Lauren were arguing about music. Do you want to choose the song that we go into break with?
Definitely, I would love
When
to...
have I ever got to choose anything?
Rush?
Well, I only got to choose
so
music one
bright.
time.
Last round, pick your song.
Yeah, I'm going to pick my song. I want Back Again.
Okay, Back Again.
I love that song.
Well, back again into round 30. Here we go. Idis bounce. Saved AWP. Has to make this one work. Shot goes awry. Over towards the B side of things. It's just a two-man setup here as Astralis are waiting for any early mistakes, any early aggression to come out across the map. They've thrown out that default, that net to catch any slippery CTs as we can see tucked on in Dupree on the other side of Idis Balance's scope.
Device. He's been good with the rifle, but not that good. Chopper's finally had his revenge. Nade's done well. No, he could do better. Now they're forced to fight. It looks like Mir's going to go forward and sit in the smoke. He does have Chopper backing away slightly. Glaive's going to try and clear this.
Oh, the timing
could be worse. Mir gets found for free almost. Glaive's going to be happy with that, but now the smoke comes in. Bear in mind, Magix does only have the SMG, but equipped with a nade and a flash as well. Maybe able to set Chopper into motion. Do they keep pressing this issue? Magix does have the bomb there. Chopper ahead of that Molotov. The flash plays in well, no one there to clear, but he sees the gun barrel. I'm pretty sure Chopper knows that Glaive's over there.
Should have a pretty good idea, and with that CT smoke, they're creeping in. The flash comes over, they're taking pool control. Nade's going to do a chunk of damage. Looking up on the boost is nobody's home. Magix even finds Magisk on the other side. 3v4.
Smoke goes in. Chopper finally shows his hand. He waited so patiently. Yeah, it's OT on the cards, 15-15. I am glad to see it almost. I'd feel bad if Spirit lost out in that manner. Astralis are taking this game so far, but let's take a second to go to a break, catch our breath, and then come back ready.
Never let you double cross them. Moving through the city like it's Gotham. They told me get one, so I got one. Stop saying you're a boss when you not one. You ain't sacrificed, nah, you ain't lost none. All over the gram like you got a bag. You ain't big dog, we ain't hear none of that. I'm in the gym looking like a running back. And you know the flow, got him coming back. Who I was in the past, I'm unattached. Only focus in this moment is bringing the summer back. Oh, respect my grind, elevate souls, and I spread good vibes. Young divine, you know I gotta shine. Raise your hands for a good time. Aye.
Night until the morning, sleep until the noon. You said that you wanted, so I got it for you. Let's all get together and show them how we move. We move, we move. 3, 2, bringing summer 1, to you.
Oh, ready, let's go. 'Cause you know how we roll. Let's take it round the world and back again. Ready, let's go. 'Cause you know like I know, we'll take it round and round. Yo, hold up, let me switch my flow up. Back in high school, they were telling me I'll blow up. Doing talent shows and man, everyone will show up. Got in an accident and still made it for them to go nuts. You know what? I'm so what? I'm so That means I can't describe the way I vibe, the way I slide in with the rhymes that make the dimes all close their eyes and fantasize. Young divine calling their phone number. Yeah. No, you know I love you. And you know me, I can't sleep without blazing beats on stage just for that one's gracefully. And I got a smile that they hate to see. Young black successful, though life gets stressful. Though life gets stressful, go and vibe out with whoever you next to.
Live until the morning, sleep until the noon.
Yeah.
You said that you wanted, so I got it for you. Let's all get together and show them how we move. We move, we move.
3, 2,
bringing summer
1,
to
try.
you.
Oh, ready, let's go. 'Cause you know how we roll.
15-15. Maybe next time, Rush, pick a song that's long enough. God. Sometimes you then have a little bit of a say in the matter, Chad. But we're going all the way here. This is fight for survival, bear in mind, between these two. Astralis, this T-side hasn't looked as potent as I'd like. It felt like they found success towards B, but beyond that, it kind of hit a brick wall.
Yeah, and I think both teams, we could probably look towards their CT sides as being relatively troublesome. Only 6 CT rounds for each of these teams here. Let's see if they can do any better now that we're in overtime. We're underway. 3-man B lane at the start from Team Spirit, the regular exchange of utility. And, well, Astralis will get gifted banana here relatively easily. Dupree's already forward towards the boiler position. If he swings on this, I just balance with AWP. He will be trained. He will be ready to take him down. The flash is good. Tagged on up. That'll force I just balance away, or will it? He's not scared of no one. As Dupree will think this angle is clear if he re-peaks. So information towards brackets will be retained for that of Team Spirit. You've got over in Trash, Magics, quad side with the AWP locking things down on via disbalance. SDY is in the Halls position, and over towards B, it's Mir and Chopper. They've just used their second smoke. That's come out at 55 seconds. Oh my God, I disbalance, too curious. He finally goes down to Dupree. That's the second duel they had within this round, and now comes the B hit. Magix is gambling B. This is the right gamble read.
It is. Maybe Magix has a good idea of how Astralis were finding their success, and you're right, it is a gamble. But Dupree is going walking. He's going looking about here. With 30 seconds, they are going to have to commit and make their minds up pretty soon, no matter which way they want to go. And it looks like it will be this B piece. Dupree is kind of useless in this until very, very fine in the round. They still haven't made this hit count. They haven't cleared out too well. A 1-for-1 trade, but look at the time, 15 seconds. This T-side is slowly but surely losing some of its steam. Finally, Dupree comes in. That's going to help out a great deal, as Mir does go down to the nade from Glaive, even while finding Device. But the bomb plant on 6 seconds, this was very close by, and there comes in with Dupree being so valuable late round. But I almost felt it wasn't going to get there.
Yeah, it was a good stack from Spirit there, having to gamble after Isis Balance went down in middle. They did their best to slow the aggression onto the B side of things, but their best wasn't good enough in round number 1 of OT. As you can see at the top of your screen, 1st to 19, that's what we're playing to. It's MR3, 3 rounds on each side of play. You need 4 rounds in total. So if Astralis can go for a clean sweep on their T side, they will just need 1 on that CT side of things. But you start with 16K, that's max money. Every round's a buy round, unless you are the AWPer, and then you might have to start getting a little bit worried. As we speak about worried...
Okay, no man's land has been found. He's been living in that tiny little space between the mollies a fair amount, and he found a lot of success for it through that regular time. But now, clearly, in a quick adjustment, maybe just that commitment off that third player, having the additional nade, has encouraged a little more. Now, no Dupree towards top mid this time. This is a full-on B lane.
Yeah, and they're continuing to punish this side of the map. Oh, they're going quick.
Yeah, the pace is now picked up. It's going to be Chopper to receive again. Last time he did quite well. I think it might have been a 1-for-1 trade. He might do more here. In the molly, they burn. S-Tag's dead. Glaive's at least taken down Chopper, but look at Mir. He's still alive, but he was here before, and they're going to check on it again. Glaive is doing very well here to keep this round in check for the T side, but it feels very, very much like fine margins. And I disbalance quick to rotation. Playing in through ruins, he is by coffins. The timing now does set off the alarm bells. They know the smokes are coming in. The CT side looking for that opportunity, but Device on the AWP. We hadn't seen this too much. Might be a good look, maybe not. Magic's gonna find Device putting in towards Glaive, and Magisk, who's sitting, oh my word, Glaive has absolutely destroyed this round. But that's what you need to see, the closer from Magisk in the end, but it was Glaive, 4 kills. Those entries, the quickness to instantly clearing Nubox, the bomb plant, he did everything then.
Yeah, it's felt like the rounds that Astralis are winning are not in traditional Astralis fashion, you know, by going 1-for-1, having good trades. It's almost when they win these rounds, an individual needs to step up with a big multi-kill. There's nothing wrong with that. There's definitely nothing wrong with that. It just is not the normal fashion in which I'm used to seeing Astralis do it. So now they've managed 2 on their T side. If they can get the clean sweep, it's going to be fantastic stuff going to the second half. This is Spirit's map pick, and it almost feels like a must-win here today.
Oh.
So much nade damage. Magisk once again being peppered on down, and this time the molly will finish him off.
Job completed on that front, Dupree. Switching things up, playing towards the apartments this time. SDY, the timing. Works out well for him. Smoke going to be put into play. Now Dupree's I don't know, viability to do anything is going to be a little bit tricky, but Glaive's up close. STAG and Device are going to play off the back of that smoke, get ahead of it. Magic's now called into question and called into action, and he is ready. He's locked and loaded. Just about makes it away, doesn't die to the peak.
Looking for Mia.
But let's remember, Dupree isn't here, so for now, Device is essentially in a 1v4. He's going to get the bomb plant and now have to depend on Dupree to get there and somehow do something about this. Timing is everything. Device with only a flash to play with. He needs to buy time, and he's done just that for now. Dupree's made it there well enough. High flash, buying a couple more seconds. As those seconds pass, things get a little tentative now for the CT side. They need to make their play happen sooner rather than later, and Device is still being deadly, doing damage, but it's down to Dupree. Playing towards the pool, he's going to hear the steps, he's going to see the players. He's going to try and defend that bomb, but that is going to be close on the defuse.
Dicey stuff there for a moment for Spirit. I think Dupree actually coming through so late with that CT spawn smoke, that funneled them all into Device's position. He could have even had a multi-kill on the cards there, but Spirit mop up the mess. They're able to convert that 4v2 situation and post their first round on the board in overtime. If you get to 18 rounds, that's enough to take you into double OT. That's the safety net. So Astralis, they just need one round here to guarantee double OT. That means they can do it all again if Spirit are able to bounce back with 2 of their own. Spirit will have to go clean in the second half to get up towards those coveted 19 rounds that we were talking about. 3-man B lean in the early stage from Astralis. Early Molotov down mid. Device is searching. We didn't see him do too much on the AWP this game. Let's see if he can turn it on in OT.
Now, the utility work from Astralis during the CT side was good, but honestly, Spirit's T side was excellent as well. S-Tag's been seen. I'm pretty sure the corner of his arm's been spotted, but he still finds Magic's through the smoke. Bit of a spray and pray and the nade. It couldn't have landed better. It's just a heat-seeking missile from him.
27 for Glaive.
What do you do with these two?
Yeah, and this is rough. They have no territory. Completely denied in Banana. They haven't gone up middle, and you can see right there tucked in towards Trash's Device with the AWP. Being able to play him in with some flashes. Dupree has one. The gap's going to be very, very difficult to find. The money is great, so Team Spirit have to go for this. It is overtime. You play for every round. There's no need to save. Smoke towards Halls. That gives away the position. The leg shot, that's all he could manage. And now the bomb down on the balcony. Couldn't be a better gift as SDY in a 1-on-5. Good luck, my friends. As Device says, not today, and that's 18 on the board for Astralis. So 1 round away from converting map number 1. Team Spirit need to bounce back with 2 of their own. Feels like Astralis might have found the answer here. This Banana play, it wasn't the hyper-aggression down the bottom. We weren't seeing Spirit play for this Banana control in the early stages, however, in the majority of regulation. The mix-up from them saw them take a chunk of damage. We've got 4 players on Astralis here with plus 20 kills. S-Attack continuing his struggles from yesterday. Playoffs not his friend.
No, and do we have... We don't even have Train in the pool, do we? Because he's always seeming to find real comfort on that map, but I do hope we see better from him this time around.
Again.
And yeah, the utility is outstanding from Astralis. They are a forerunner in how to use it to incredible, not just precision, but the timing and everything else. Now, all that aside, though, Spirit can still make this work. This has been a big improvement in comparison to their performance against Big on this map. Chopper. Clearing top of Banana. There goes those Molotovs. Nades. Oof. It was actually, excuse me, just the nade that came through towards Chopper in the smoke. So around a minute on the board still. They do have a bit of a plethora of utility for the T's still to work through themselves.
Yeah, I feel like this one is going to be so difficult for Spirit to win. The low HP on Mirror and Chopper. The utility, yeah, it is good, but there's 3 players over towards the B side. As I say that, Glaive swings on back around onto Speedway, but he's cheating on over. He's close enough for a fast rotation. Smoke's coming on through now, 44 seconds. Molotovs as well. This is going to signal the attack.
Yeah, there's the molly going back in, so that buys time for Glaive to come around, to be much closer. Device might put his down just as that molly begins to dissipate. Yep, there it goes. And again, this works out well. This buys a lot of time, and it buys time for that sort of thing to happen. And now they're all clustered together, and they have no way forward. A missed molly, I think, there maybe, or just clearing on the boost. As now S-Attack can be called in. A 1-for-1 trade. It's not perfect, but it will do, as you at least still have Glaive there in support. And this man is looking solid today. Sunday Young and Idis Balance. Nothing's coming through. This looks like it's been wrapped up. Put a bow on it. It is 19-16. Astralis claw it together, bring it all back together for that overtime victory. We'll be taking you guys through that in just a moment's time.
Alright, hot damn, not worrying about man's got a plan. It's not really about the dough to the time frame. Matter of fact, about to blow up the whole thing. So good, hell, I'm all fine. Got sweet little ooh, it's all mine. My shoe games, class high, hear it all the time. Alright, hot damn, not worrying about man's got a plan. It's not really about the dough to the time frame. Matter of fact, about to blow up the whole thing. So good, hell, I'm all fine. Got sweet little ooh, it's all mine. My shoe games, class high. Been a long way since day one. I came to hit but never run. I would take on anyone. I got a feeling that it's just begun. It's my endless call. I got a feeling that it's just begun. It's my endless call. I got a feeling that it's just begun. Can you hear me? I think I'm still alive. High up in the clouds and I'm never gonna come back, never gonna come back down. I'm not dead yet. I won't hesitate. I will never fall behind. Spare me the details. I got big things on my mind. Hello, can you hear me? I think I'm still alive. High up in the clouds and I'm never gonna come back, never gonna come back down. Hello, can you hear me? I think I'm still alive. High up in the clouds and I'm never gonna come back, never gonna come back down. There's no more time or space for mundane days, but I can turn away. It's my name they're calling out. I didn't come here for the crowd. I came to scream, I came to shout. I'm not dead yet. Can you hear me? I think I'm still alive. High up in the clouds and I'm never gonna come back.
It was a long series, maybe a little longer than Astralis would have liked.
The first map.
Do you want Rush up here, mate? Because you know what? All yours.
That was my point. It was long, and it's only the first map. I was agreeing with you, Lauren. I was agreeing. I lost her. She's gone. Oh, well, that's a shame. But we got some stuff to tell us straight here. So let's see if we can do this without Lauren. I didn't actually plan for this. I didn't mean to hurt her feelings either. But this one here, we can bring it to you by America's Navy. And we're going to dive on in. Now, what I want to point out to you, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, Counter-Strike players and fans at home, is round number 2. And then we're going to move forward into what was round number 9. So we're going to cover off both of these rounds. But these were rounds here that Astralis won with low buys, just pistols, right? It was a force buy in the second round. And what I want to note here is these 3 players who stayed alive on the pistol round. They actually carried through their USPs with armor and light utility. So let's jump into the clip. Here it is. We're going to play this one out. And this is actually a B stack. And I think they were looking into the tendencies and making a good call on what Team Spirit like to do. Now, let me get the right little bits and bobs up on the screen for you here, because you're going to see within the early stages over towards this B side of things that Device and Dupree are already postured over to deal with Ruins. And you can see on the site side, you can have Glaive and Esatag. Now, as this plays forward, they actually want to funnel them to do their normal strategy. So we're seeing Banana Control coming through right now. A Molotov towards Sandbags. They're setting up, just ready for this B piece. Glaive's actually going to drop a Molotov towards the front site, and they get a kill as they transition in. But the key little frag here that's going to happen is the battle between Dupree, Device, and Mir, who gets stalled on out. So you're about to see the Executors coming on in. They're doing the deep smoke towards CT spawn. The flashes are good for those positions. You've lost Chopper in the mix. And now they can see the smoke's now getting placed front site. All of these bits and bobs coming on out from the side of things from Astralis to isolate these duels. Now check out the 2 different duels that we just had. We had Mir here ready to fight, and now towards front site. So they've actually isolated. They had a 2-on-1 over here, and they had a 2-on-3. So this is looking even better for Astralis. They win this round. It's a big round for them to win. They went on a spree within the early stages. And then I actually want to transition across to the Skybox machine if we can. I'm going between tools, guys, so just bear with me for a second here. I don't know if I can pull it off that easily. Here we go. Now, this was another low buy round that they won. So we can fast forward this one. I'm actually playing this at 1.5 speed. And this is a round where you can see everybody from Astralis is over towards the A side. Nobody over towards B. You can see here that you've got the guys from Spirit taking Banana Control. There's nobody home. But they end up getting corralled back over late by the presence here of Esatag, Dupree, and Glaive. They're going to get corralled back over towards the A side of things. As they're coming on round, we can actually go in a little bit closer. They get forced around the arch side, and this is where you got Magic's in pit with the saved rifle, and then Dupree hits a banger with the USP. All of this flurry and fray within the late of the round. They're going to get tagged on up, get taken down. Glaive gets a couple of huge kills. And the point that I wanted to post here for everybody, as we're finished with the tools now, is that Astralis only managed to pick up 6 rounds on their CT side, and 2 of those rounds were low buy, scrappy situations. So it's still just me at the desk. Lauren didn't come back. And I guess we can maybe go to a break. That was brought to you by America's Navy. Goodbye, everybody. I'll see if I can get Lauren back.
ready? Huh? Hey, he's a good boy, huh? You ready? Huh?
Start your esports career now at play.eslgaming.com.
My name is Jordan Gilbert, aka Nothing.
Hi, my name is Sue Lee. My handle is Snix. I think it's important for these initiatives to happen. Empathy really, really goes a long way, and it always means so much to us, and I think that's where initiatives like this really help.
I encourage everyone in the community, anytime they see bullying, anytime they see someone getting called names, I encourage you to step up and say something.
Good luck, have fun.
Good luck, have fun.
stage is set. From your home to the arena. We proudly support the living room champions like we do the champions of the world. Providing you with the best tools in your pursuit to be a star. Euronics, official electronics retailer of ESL Pro League.
Everybody loves an underdog. Who needs to be liked?
Mountain Dew Amp Game Fuel. Victory in a can.
Your favorites will play soon. You hope for the win. Excited about the game. But something has changed. You start to doubt. Will they pull it off? Or will they drift away? You pull yourself together because you're sure they're revved up to win. You know they've prepared. They've picked the right course. And even when there's no chances, you believe they will win. GG Bet. Be excited.
Stand up, you've got what it takes to fight back. Don't stop until you black out, out. Stand up, you've got what it takes to fight back. Don't stop until you black out. Keep holding on, show him how to make a miracle. Stand up, you've got what it takes to fight back. Don't stop until you black out. Keep holding on, show him how to make a miracle. Talk to me, I just want a little bit of company. You acting like you really wanna fall for me, but baby, can you tell me who you wanna be? Talk to me, I just want a little bit of company. You acting like you really wanna fall for me, but baby, can you tell me who
ESL Pro League is brought to you in part by Intel, Gaming Malta, Euronics, Mountain Dew Game Fuel, CS Money, MSI, GG Bet, and America's Navy.
Welcome back. I've decided to return because Rush actually doesn't care about Chad. He does it just to pander to the audience. He never actually came out and helped him. It's funny that. But get your score W's out of my chat. Let's get into some fun stuff.
Fun stuff. I like fun stuff. We can bring this up. This was drawn by Johnny _ TVZ. And this was the chicken gun that we would... That's the deagle.
Where's the arms?
Well, there's no arms, Rush. I wanted to show the people this as well, just for everybody at home. Lauren has used the sad little frog man against me, and she knows it makes me sad. So, Lauren, you can sit in the front today.
Thanks.
Okay. Well, that was the fun stuff I had for everybody. Now do we do the serious stuff?
Little homie. Dude, when he scoots out there,
It's
and
so
they're
sad.
mean to him.
Why do they bully him?
Why'd you bully me?
Well, it's fun. Going to say off the bat, the pistol round falling in his favor. 2 big kills, damage done to Dupree as well, keeping the remainder of Astralis on notice. Find himself in a very, very early 3-on-5.
Yeah, this has been all instigated and kept in check by Mir, and continues to be as such. That's 3 for him now. It's very nice they keep just walking into him. He's probably quite happy.
We always talk about Mir on the pistol rounds. Always.
Yeah.
He always seems to be the most active positions. And if there is no action early, he'll go and seek it out. Even on the CT sides. Reflect back to some of the games within the regular season on Train. He's pushing up into main, getting up into Olaf, taking a lot of duels, a lot of fights. He's the instigator for Team Spirit. And now we have the in-game leader of Astralis. Only towards the vent.
Reckon they can cheese a plant?
It is likely with that smoke.
Yeah.
Oh.
4 kills. Can we go to ace cam or?
Yeah, let's see if he gets it. Let him have it. At this stage, job done for Astralis. Now just Mir to go for his moment of glory.
Go on, Mir. Someday I'm going to... No Steely, no Steely, no Steely!
Ah. Get the frog out. Get his little hat on.
Don't talk about his little hat, you bully. You're the nasty boy out the front on your skateboard laughing.
I don't have a skateboard yet.
You're going to because you're having a midlife crisis.
I'm having a midlife crisis. Thank you for pointing that out.
Why's Dad got his skateboard out?
Oh, come on. Oh.
Yeah, no, Mir, though, has been honestly quite fantastic with his pistol work. That last one being deviously stole away, but it has been very nice for him in that regard, and a very quick timeout.
Yeah, interestingly enough. So it looks like they're dropping guns across. You can see Glaive with the AK-47 in hand. Pistols are being... Oh, never mind. Dupree now with that AK in hand. So they're wanting to work out who gets what on this buy rounds here going forward. They've definitely invested, as you can see, utility. Those icons hovering above their head. You can see what everybody's wielding right here. Their names and their hit points, also known as health.
Do you call them hit points or health points?
I'm pretty sure I called them hit points. But that was a long time ago, so
yeah.
What'd you guys do?
I don't know.
It's strange, isn't it?
Yeah. I
It's
think
like-
we said health, but...
I guess if you played like a game where you could regen, it was
Yeah,
probably
we had
more
like
health.
med packs in enemy territory.
Yeah, so it'd make more sense for health.
Yeah, it's a bit weird. It is weird. It is very strange. Well, that aside, we do have a buy coming out from Astralis, and it's a curious one of that. Dupree propped up on the rifle. Not just with a lot of room. So he's going to get down towards Secret. His first down, a molly buy a bit of time. Bit of damage coming in. Set up perfectly.
Yeah.
Molly buy a bit of time. Bit of damage coming in. Set up perfectly.
Yeah.
That's a tag and a half. So I just balance. If he keeps doing little bits of chip damage here, that's excellent.
Look at this, jumping straight into the hands of Magix. He's had 2 big kills. Make that 3 as he goes down to Dupree just with this AK-47. Has a Molotov, 2 flashes. We'll have to deal with SDY. Tough angle to clear. Spotted. Eventually gets the kill. Takes a little bit of damage. 40 HP remaining. Oh. Disbalance and Magix combining for quite the round right there. Disbalance being the nuisance. And as they thought they were dealing with his position, that's when Magix was set up on the ramp, ready to pluck them out of the sky. So good stuff there from Team Spirit to deal with the force bar of Astralis. They'll save rifle. Scouts being dropped across, Famus is being brought on in. It was still a pretty potent round in terms of the damage done, but Astralis can't really warrant the buy. Now, that was actually the same round that they ran yesterday, I believe, in the early stages against Heroic, and that's when Magic's got taken out of the picture very, very early. I think they were still able to convert, but it was dicey then too. It was Nico alive with Tessus in the lower bomb site with Deagles. Astralis did convert it. Speaking of conversions, Mir will get another opening, so out of the 3 rounds played, he's managed 2 of the opening kills. High disbalance with the AWP already, making mincemeat of this outside play. That's a 3rd. This is looking too easy.
Yeah. It's not much to say.
No, not with
if I'm honest. There's 4 kills for Astralis on their T side so far, and it has been very, very clean from Spirit. They've not looked pressured. They've not looked worried. Everything's kind of just gone question mark as it should. You know, it's. I need to see a little something from Astralis here. I just don't know what to see.
Yeah, so yesterday they were limited on their T side by Heroic. Heroic did a fantastic job. As we mentioned, it was 16-7 scoreline overall for both maps, Vertigo and that of Nuke. And Mega's taking a chunk of nade damage once more. Secret wall smoke's coming on out. There will be a bit of a gap here, I do believe.
Just a touch.
Yeah, could fit a car through there.
Another smoke invested. Probably not what you want. They have no smokes left now. Completely all out. Everything's been put into play already. Device the last to make it across, but he has made it across. He's got the bombs. You've got to be a bit cautious here, but a quick one for Chopper. Head now rolls for Magisk. But Magic's on the other side. Going to watch that cross towards the site if they decide to go for it. No smokes to cut it off. It's going to be just on the guns by their side. Glaive's done well towards Chopper, but everything's been noted here. It's all been seen somewhat. Right, just balance finding device. This just doesn't look like it has that kind of end of the scenario here yet for Astralis. Until then, S-Tag finding some Die Young is going to certainly help. This puts at least a numbers advantage in their hands. Now, S-Tag can catch the rotations. That limits Mir, and it does. He can't get in there now. S-Tag's done everything he has to. Now, at 40 seconds, they could choose to stick to this. And it's Dupree to just behead Magic. So, in the end, stabilizing well between S-Tag and Dupree.
All right, well, Team Spirit have some questions to answer right now. Do they want to purchase on in with Mir and Chopper having enough? Yes, they do. They've answered that one very quickly. 10 seconds of freeze time remaining. I disbalance using the baby AWP. It's going to be the scout being picked on up.
Borp.
The Borp.
Oh.
Imagine if Borup had a Borp. I feel like if Magix and Magisk, like we should give him one of them a nickname. Oh, I guess we could just call him Boris. Would that make life easier if we just called him Boris?
No.
Okay. Sorry.
No one at home knows who Boris is, really.
Boris the Brutalizer? What do you mean? He's a household name. He's renowned. World
confused
renowned.
By Some Die Young. Oh, why do they keep saying Some Die Young?
That's his name.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
So, you know what you see, you got to think about what you're working with here. For now, what Mir's working with, it's a very deep angle, but Dupree on the other side seems quite aware of the possibility, but Mir was way too prepared for that. Dupree having to check on multiple angles. And Mir's already having a good game. He doesn't need much more assistance in that regard. 6-2. And we're in round 5, so quite clearly having a performance. But he is quite low HP here. He could have been eliminated if they had a nade or something to maybe pressure him. But there's an answer back. Where did they just come from? Device and S-Tag finding kills where I really didn't think they would.
So one was towards ladder? One was in lobby? Is that what just went down? It must be, because that's the position of S-Tag right now, postured up on the roof. Magix is in squeaky door. He's locked on in. We'll need a multi if Team Spirit want to be able to battle back in round number 5. Just taking their timer, Astralis. Slow and steady as you like. 35 seconds left on the clock. No real rush necessary at this point. As the CTs are poking and prodding, SDY is doing this with a P250 in hand. The shotgun not great at these ranges. He's going to be spotted, tagged on up. Magix falls. That's the last pressure point removed. And at this point, bomb will go down. Astralis will post their second round on the board. And when the guns come out, things look cleaner, things look much neater. And Glaive, he's still hungry for more. SDY. Nine HP. It's only a matter of time. Or is it? Down to the dome, and just through the window, and eventually he falls. So now it will be the eco round coming through from Spirit. They just have to take one save. Get the 2400 in the following round. That'll give them just over the 4K mark for the majority of the members. SDY obviously will have closer to 5. And then depending on the kills, I see you'll have over 5. Depending on the kills that they're able to net here, we'll give them extra spending money. So get a kill, get an extra 300. Maybe you can go to the store, Lauren, purchase yourself some nerds or some, what else? What other lollies did you like? Sweets, sorry. I bought some curly whirlies today.
Love a curly whirly.
Came in a pack of 3.
Nice. They are good. Rush, do you like a curly whirly?
I do like a curly whirly. They're kind of hard to eat, though, you know? You chew them, and then you have to keep chewing them. It's more of an effort. I like my candy to be, like, quite soft.
What?
Like,
How do you normally
How do you eat?
well,
you just inhale?
There's some candies where you chew them once, and they're basically gone, right? You know what I'm saying?
Gosh. What's that?
I don't want to chew a lot.
I do get what he's saying, but it does sound very funny the way that he said it. Like, very funny. No, you have to chew your food before you swallow it.
Yeah, it's terrible, man. Liquefy it.
I know you like those. I know you like those ready meals. So you know, Rush lives in MRE. What is it? What is
MRE?
It? Yeah, MRE life.
I'd love to, like I really want to do a day where I only eat from an MRE, like a 24-hour MRE ration. I watch too much of that Steve guy.
He's pretty good. Like 5K calories, just
That's
like
the problem,
mad
though.
amounts of energy.
There's a lot. There's like 3 days worth of food in some of them, and it's meant for 24 hours. I guess they're soldiers. They're supposed to, you know.
He's got a new video out, came out yesterday, and the jam had exploded in the bag.
Yes, the Latvian ration. I watched it too. Yes. I mean, that was a lot of food for one meal, right?
I didn't like the rye sort of pork.
No,
thing.
well, he said they took some moisture out of it, you know, so the bread didn't stick together. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know
Well.
what you're saying.
Yeah. Oh man, I tell you what.
Okay, I might have to watch these videos as we get underway in round number 7. The buzz coming out from Spirit here. I just balanced, couldn't afford the AWP, so he's gone for the AUG instead. Mir, we saw him get punished just the other day. Tabson was killing him through these wall smokes time and time again, so let's see if he's going to reconsider his positions as the L block smokes are coming out to play here on the side of things from Astralis. Mir's not tucking in towards that regular credit card position just yet. Dipping behind the CT boxes, looking up and over, nobody home as creeping towards yard. Device the overseer. Quiet as you like, Astralis. Down secret they slip. The smoke's expiring in about 5, and meanwhile, 2 big kills. Magix and Mir, they find something for free.
Yeah, and Sunday Young might have the same opportunity, both in the smoke. Magix gets the better of him. And Device bailing them out. We're not seeing many of these kills. Rush, you good?
Think about the
Dude,
MREs.
it's Snook, it's hard, all right? They're taking lower. Yeah, see, this is easy. I just press 2 here, and he has to do something, or else he'll lose a round, so...
Oh no, death cam.
It's hard, man.
Nuke is hard.
I know, it is notoriously difficult. And also, I'm just curious where they're finding these kills. Some of them seem to come in at the most unorthodox timing.
Yeah.
Like, it feels like Device is able to bail them out once in a while with that AWP that's coming in, not at the start of the hit, but kind of catching people maybe as they're trying to respond to that lower take.
So what the first 2 kills that went down that round was actually Esatag applying pressure towards ramp. So you can see if you look at the radar in the top left, ladies and gentlemen at home, the little X's are where the kills went down. Now the orange X is to do with the T-sided players and the blue is to do with the CT-sided players. Lovely color coordinator for you on this HUD, built by the Vlads and their lovely little crew. And so Esatag was trying to apply pressure over towards ramp, and Dupree went down as the smoke was fading from their L block over towards main. So I suppose that Device had locked on in Mir. And then we saw that kill onto SDY. He wanted to use the MP9 at its closest range to find as many frags as possible, but they were already postured in a similar sense. So as the smoke faded, even if he got 1 kill there, he would have been immediately traded on out. So good stuff from Astralis to mop that up. That was a full buy from Team Spirit. And you note how Team Spirit are happy to buy with a little bit less money, whereas we were talking about Astralis on Inferno on their CT side. They wanted to save until they had all the goodies. And when I say all the goodies...
Hold on.
Why? Cheeky boy.
This is... Oh, it's a little dangerous, and with Magix taking some damage too, these pistols get, more and more propped up. But bear in mind, there are still 2 rifles there.
Yeah, this is a scary round right now. Deagle's 1 bullet will take down Magus and Device. That means more pressure applied to Dupree, Esatag, and Glaive. Device with the AWP, we can worry about him a little bit less. The big green able to strike like lightning and take down their opponents very, very quickly. The scope also quite handy. Main will be smoked off. Big kill from Dupree. So denying this vent rotation, making sure the CTs can't make it in towards lower. Does SDY want to equalize? Looks like he wants to fight, but this is a left eye peek.
Dupree tucked in the corner now. On the timing on this one. Sunday Young, do you get checked on? loses the fight to Dupree in the end. That's 2 kills now for Dupree. His Glaive's position now becomes incredibly powerful. If he peeks over, he's going to see Mir comfortably. Yep, that's a freebie. Clears the site. Job done.
All right,
For all
well,
of its purposes, yeah.
you were asking about a mystery that went down, Lauren, in map number 1. It was, we had to get Scooby-Doo and his pals on the phone. There was, what is it? What was her name? The one that said Jinkies.
Rush, do you remember?
Do you remember the people from Scooby-Doo?
It's
and
not
the
Daphne.
mystery?
Yeah, Daphne was one of them.
It's definitely not Scooby-Doo.
Freddy.
Was it Velma or something?
Yeah, I think so.
Velma was the smart one. I think so. Yeah, that sounds
we
right.
had to get her, and
Okay.
it's strange that we forgot her name, but we have solved this
Sorry about
mystery. So we want to show everybody at home. It was very, very puzzling, very quizzical. We even thought that Valve may have added a new mechanic to the game of being able to drop HE. So as this round expires,
Oh my God, did you find it?
We will be showing everybody. We've had the detectives on the case.
The flying mystery grenade that appeared.
Detective MC.
Detective MC. He's been digging into the demos
Oh,
just
yes,
to make
he
this
has.
for you specially, Lauren. So
I want to just see what happened.
here we go.
You know, exciting. Oh, you teased me.
I
there it
promise,
is.
I
There it
promise.
is. Here we go. Right.
Grenade. He dies. Oh.
Okay.
Oh. Oh.
Oh.
Okay.
Okay, but that's still quite far away.
Yeah, but it's flying. Look at it.
Okay.
Wow. Catapulted. Look at this. It's like somebody forgot his tennis ball.
Oh, that's great.
It went over the fence. Ah, all right. Thank you, MC.
Thanks for that.
Glad we solved that mystery. All right. Well, 5 rounds on the board for Astralis now. Full buy coming forward for Team Spirit. Kits in play, utility aplenty, AWP in the hands of iDisbalance. And across Secret Magic's runs. Look at this. Quick as you like. Down with 1:34 remaining on the clock. Mir having to deal with this. Might get a freebie onto Glaive.
He could do. Oh, the timing on this is everything, though, isn't it? Yeah, it sets up well for Sundar Young. And there's the execution around the back. Aztag did make his way through, but that smoke's kind of going to put a bit of a halt to this. I don't know if he knows how to get out at the moment if he wants to, yeah. Made it through. See if they find any of these sneaky ways back in. Major is down towards lower. It looks like Ramp's going to be the center of attention for Device and Aztag at least. Magic gets to turn the first. Calls in iDisbalance. He's there in time. Well supported. And yeah, they've lost out on all potency of this hit.
Yeah, now it's just Majors towards lower, and they're more than happy to give him this territory. As you may note there, you have 2 players, Dupree and Glaive, coming out from yard into main, and they have their backs turned because normally somebody has to rotate towards that lower side of things. We can see on the radar right now, and if you were keeping your eyes on it throughout the majority of the round, nobody really respected the fact that Magus had the lower site. They're more than happy to wait for those sound cues, you know, the steps towards the lower side of things, the window getting broken, the doors getting open before they rotate on down. And by doing so, that means their potency of their defense can be towards the top site, it can be towards yard, they're able to keep eyes on ramp. Now, that can come back to bite them. If Astralis in the next round decides to do the yard smokes and then just cross on over and all go down there, they're going to find themselves in a world of hurt, having to retake that lower site once the T's have already set up post-plant situations. That is not fun for everybody. But Magus, he'll be holding on to this AK-47, and money is aplenty over there for Astralis. So he doesn't worry about the loss bonus. It's not a big deal for him. The rest of his teammates have a lot of cash working as well. CT's rocking 3 AK-47s. Chopper is the only one without one of those. He's got the M4A4 and then iDisbalance obviously on the aforementioned AWP. So buy looking good. Money starting to build to a respectable mark for Spirit where they can get some buys going forward. But this is the CT side. This map in recent history has been trending to become more and more T-based or more and more difficult for the CTs to be able to mount that wall that is normally historic with a map like Nuke. Looks like a pace change again. Nades towards top. Just trying to bait out as much CT utility by keeping them on their toes. You might see a hit come off the back of this.
It's nade though. Oh, it barely touches Aztag. He's straight in there. Tries to get the pre-fire towards the side of the site, and he's not wrong to feel someone's there, but it's Sundar Young who has just slaughtered 3 of Astralis. And chance of recovery is almost none. This device can just tuck away, but that was all but too easy, it felt like, for the CT side.
Yeah, Mir goes down, so maybe SDY can get the ace that Mir couldn't on the pistol round. Chopper's actually the one getting closest as he tucks in on the other side of Tetris, trapped in towards the warehouse position. AWP up towards the top of the ladder, and it'll be iDisbalance to finish him off. So 5-5 now, 10 rounds played. Spirit are looking good in this last little stretch. If they're able to continue this CT wall, keep it clean, have only 1 or 2 players dying within each round, that's keeping Astralis very, very honest. Check this out. SDY deals with S-Attack. There was a bit of pre-spam there from S-Attack because of the early exchange of grenades that went down. And then this triple kill, easy as you like, smoke fading. They're not looking at it at all. They're all tucked on in, all corralled with one another. They don't know where they want to go. They don't know where they want to be. And SDY punishes that as you like. Now we're up on the T side of things again. Just these 5 AK-47s. L-block smokes are through. Mir playing behind them like the monster of the flame he is. This time S-Attack gets one. So SDY, the hero of last round, falls. Mir, he'll take down Dupree. So exchanges within the early stages of the round. 1:20 left. Chopper's taking all this space, Lauren. This is a problem for Astralis.
Yeah, I don't know if he heard us attack. But yeah, problems galore now. Chopper might be able to find him for free. Yeah, that looks almost unanswerable.
Oh, he's not going to fire.
He's tempted, but he would love that information on Yard, maybe.
Oh, you don't want to lose track of S-Attack here, though.
So he has a look. No one else is there, but the rest of the hits coming in already. He's towards lower. So he can lock out one of the players, but he needs the rest of his teammates to still be in charge here. And yeah, this is getting a bit awkward. Okay, so finally it's done. Bomb plant does come in now. And it's retake time, and they don't have that support system outside. Glaive and Device are extremely low on HP. They do not get to put up much of a fight here. You can see Magisk trying to make a bit of a move here. I quite like that from Magisk. Pushing up towards ramp. It's bold. And he gets a clean one, and well, not particularly clean, but clean enough. Nade comes in, underhand goes out. Chopper's found Glaive. It's all down to Device. The 1v2 as the clock ticks. Time is on his side for once. Chopper just sees him. No worries.
Yeah, hadn't tapped the bomb, so Device potentially thinking he had to play ahead there of that defuse to even up into a one-on-one duel, knowing Idis balance was likely low from that fight. Magus had over towards the ramp position, but Astralis, round that started so well with that freebie from S-Attack, fell apart very, very quickly. That space being taken from Chopper was great. We were a little bit worried he was giving him too much time to survive. That almost felt like, you know when the villain captures the hero, Lauren, in a lot of these movies, like Bond films, and then they're telling them their plan?
Yeah.
Because they think that they're going to kill them in like a vat of lava or something like that, and then they escape, and then they completely unravel their plan. That's almost what that felt like.
I like that. I do like that concept. Other things that I like is grenade damage coming through. That softened up Device, but the shot would have taken him regardless. Mir is just so on point today, at least on Nuke right now. He is having a very strong performance. It may not be, you know, that hyper large number that we saw at the beginning, but he's been very, very solid in this position. And now with the 3 players remaining for the T side, I'm wondering what they can achieve with this. That smoke put into play will give Dupree a little bit of time to maybe find Idis balance. Chopper, when looking for Magisk and found him, maybe didn't like what he found either.
Yeah, 3-on-3. Mir's dealt with this space, and I'm not sure that Dupree would be expecting another alongside a Magus here. So push on through. Oh, that sound cue will be heard now. Molotov as well. That's a big tell. Magus takes the space. We've got in limbo right now Dupree with the bomb. It looked like he was going back towards the lobby position, but now continuing the walk towards Yard, where his fallen comrades lie. All 3 members from Team Spirit have found themselves on the top site. We've got Idis balance up ladder. Over towards the hut position, SDY, and tucked in towards CT vent will be that of Mir. If they go towards the lower side, Astralis have made the right call. Nobody home down there whatsoever. The rotation can be cut off with the utility they have. Molotovs flashes as they make their way forward. Looks like they're going to get the plant for free. They've just mollied in towards the vent position to deny the rotation. Molly towards the clock. This is looking very, very good. 14 seconds now. Bomb has to get planted. Coming through ramp. Team Spirit love this. Their retakes through ramp. It's one of their go-tos.
Yeah, it's going to be the task put towards S-Attack to start with. He's one of the players kind of propped towards it. He has fallen slightly further back towards the site. And Dupree will probably get contact more than anyone. Yeah, spots out the first. Molly comes in, forced into the fight. Now in the open, does actually cross away. I'm surprised he's still alive. But wait, he just got wallbanged through that. Idis balance doing great work here. But now Mir and Idis balance going to try and come down the ramp. It's all on towards Magisk. A 1v3 is a tall task for anyone. His clutches have been good, his sprays have been excellent, but some die young, willing to die for the cause. And he doesn't even have to. Spirit get the round on the board, the defuse, and keep 2 alive.
Wow, these are the rounds that we were used to seeing Spirit during the regular season winning on the T side. Remember, they'd lose a couple of opening picks, but they'd take space of it, they'd walk into the lower side, they'd trade out, they'd have these 3v5 scenarios that they were able to win. Now, these are more like 3v3s, obviously, but they're rounds that they're clutching against what feels like all odds. So as soon as Dupree gets isolated behind that box, you bang on the AWP for high disbalance striking on through, almost a freebie in that regard, and then unable to find anything there, Magus, from the door in the 2-on-1 situation. Astralis will take the timeout, and they played quite a few of these rounds quickly. You remember how that one started? It was fast, it was bold, it was aggressive towards Yard. And they lost those opening kills. So as you take a look here, see the pistol round went in the favor of Astralis. They lost back towards that 4-spy. From that point onwards, 4 in a row. 3 for Astralis, 1 coming in for Spirit. Astralis with a little bit of a resurgence there, and as we end into the last couple of rounds, Team Spirit get up to 10. 3 more to play. Round 13 underway. Current scoreline 7-5 in favor of the CIS team. Standard utility over towards Lobby, and feels like Astralis don't want anything to do with Lobby a lot of the time. We've got the bend elbow smokes coming on through.
Very well known, of course. No damage inflicted yet, either side. Making it to secret, at least for free now. S-Tag is going to be tasked with keeping control of all of this. This time, though, we do have players towards the lower side, or at least player, should I say, which is Magic's. Quietly descending towards the floor level. As the CT side begin their clear towards lobby, Magic's is going to feel more and more pressure coming his way, and then timing is going to be quite a big factor here. That door swings open, Device gets a freebie. He does. There's not much more to be said about that position. It's over and done with now. The bomb going to be called in. Chopper obviously knows exactly where S-Tag's going to be. And now iDisbalance trying to catch the cross. Not going to get it, though, this time.
Oof. Interesting one here. I think Spirit are going to linger around for a moment, see what they've got to work with, and decide if they want to go for the retake. Because once again, the majority of their force is coming down this ramp position. 4v4, smokes to work with. Only flashes for Astralis.
Trying to buy the time. But Dupree, first port of call. Age is going to be smoked out, can't help out. Tries to spray into the smoke, but it doesn't come through. Somehow Glaive falls first, and it's Device to get one back. Dupree wants in. Crystal clear shooting towards Chopper and some die young. Astralis are already stabilizing now.
All right, 7-6. When you see Team Spirit retaking from ramp like that, it's very difficult to get excited because it feels like it's so hard for them to get back into a round like that. I know we saw them do it in the 3v3 in the previous, but it's just, you're going through 2 very, very tight choke points that makes it hard to see their avenue of access being clean. Yeah. They actually made it onto the side a lot easier than I thought, but from that point onwards, the kills all went the way of Astralis, and the AKs will come back on out. Round 14. This will be the last buy round for Team Spirit. It'll be a force in the last round of play. Not working with a lot of utility with 1:34 left on the clock here. They've already put iDisbalance down towards the lower side of things to deal with the secret cross. AWP in hand. Over towards top is where it looks like the action might come on through. Got on top of Heart, SDY, Chopper ready over towards main. Mia passive towards the yard position, and that leaves Magic's on an island over towards ramp. So the individuals being strung out need to get a kill and delay. Going down without finding a frag would be catastrophic for Spirit and perfect for Astralis on the other side of things. A minute on the clock now. Utility good for Astralis here as they're waiting out for those protocol nades to fade. Smoke's clearing. And this might be the go.
I see no utility in hand yet. The T side. There's the smokes, there's the flashes. Now it's go time. Not much more to it, if I'm honest. I think they just caught their own flash for a second. They are through by Squeak. It's going to be Chopper and Mir. Some Young's there. This has fallen pretty flat, if I'm honest. Unless an individual starts going crazy, which, hey, maybe they will. there wasn't much more to that.
Yeah, it was just simple approach. Molotov CT vent, smoke off main, and hope you can flash and trade, and they couldn't. Team Spirit, we heard from Tag saying that they have fantastic individuals on this team in the pre-game interview, and that's something that we have noted throughout the tournament. Every single player on Team Spirit has had a moment in the games that we've done throughout the regular season that's make us sit up and take notice. Mir leading that charge. We've spoken about Idis Balance being quite flary on the AWP. Boris the Brutalizer, aka Magix, he's been able to, give us some fantastic safe pair of hands, multi-frags alongside SDY, and then Chopper, the in-game leader of the team. A bit more flary. So going into the last round of play, I thought Team Spirit were going to be the ones on the receiving end of the lower buy. It's actually Astralis who are taking their third tactical timeout, all being used within the first half. 6 rounds. Not the worst.
No, it's serviceable. They were, what? They were gun rounds, right? Yeah, the pistol went towards Spirit. They'll be happy enough with how their performance is. I don't think anyone walks away too disheartened.
Yeah.
I think Astralis would probably want more, knowing that it's slight, I wouldn't say T-leaning, but you'd want to have a good T side.
Especially with Astralis, right? Because normally this is their map choice, so you see them starting on the T sides. We like to see them getting 6+. If you want to have them, see them having a lot of success, it's a pace change, fast stop.
Tag down the vent straight away. It's Glaive who's got the bomb, though. S-Tag's got presence. Sends that flash. Catches most of it. But Glaive's the one I want to see, yeah. Man with the bombs now made it down as well. S-Tag's done well to get there and have no real threats against him. And this quick piece is definitely going to work quite nicely. Let's see what the answer back is, though, from Spirit. Of course, able to keep hold of a fair amount more utility. And presence towards outer could still be very valuable here if he just doesn't check. He doesn't. Yeah, Mir loves that. That's another position that he's got now kept safe. Secret looking pretty comfy. They've not really gone for an early bomb plant either.
Yeah, and as we've been noting, Spirit don't rotate towards that lower site too quickly in a lot of these occasions. They're more than happy to let that bomb go down and then play retake. So Device has to find something because they're trying to constrict the rotations here. But Spirit aren't moving. They're not rotating. They have no interest in the bomb right now. They just want to take away these stragglers.
Yeah, this ramp hold's going to be very curious to see. Obviously, Device on one side, and you have Idis Balance and Magix on the other. They are finally descending towards the lower side. And as soon as they get contact, which they did, but they succeeded in the kill. Now Chopper is hunting around. S-Tag's still alive. I'm amazed he is, but those 2 kills did well. The molly even better. He is doing brilliantly considering he's on 10 HP, still proving high amounts of value as Device silently descending. Keeping quiet. Bomb's not exactly for him. Gonna be a little bit tricky, this one. Oh, they almost line up and they don't need to. Dupree is there to keep it safe. And recovery at the end for Astralis, getting them up to 7. But up against them is Spirit and a good couple of rounds on the half.
Doesn't have the time, always talks about all the other guys. Will I ever understand? Without her, it's not fair, I need you back. No more crying at the end, I'll do it again.
8-7 being the scoreline. Spirit are in the lead, but quite streaky. The start went well for Spirit, picking up the pistol, then a run of 5 for Astralis, and then here we are, pretty much.
Yeah, it's just a strange game. It felt like it was all happening at once when nothing was happening for about a minute. And then everything, all the action, it all unfolded. Lots of territory being given, lots of space being taken. And let's get this one back underway here for the second half of things. Early nades over towards Squeaky. Has to tag pressure towards Ramp, but Device is here to help him out. He gets one. The trade is there. Glaive also from the ladder-based position doing what he can. And Chopper, that's a big frag.
That's a huge kill. S-Tag now knows that he had to be the big saving point there, but couldn't do it. Now the play back in through Ramp does begin, but Idis Balance is so aware. Leaving Glaive now in a 1v3. Bomb planted at the back, safe. Some die young. Dies real quick. He was on 1 HP. That shot could have hit anywhere and he goes down. Glaive now needs to find 2. He knows where Magix is. But, oh, now I think he knows where Chopper is potentially if that door just swung open. Yeah. Okay. Glaive, how'd you work this out? You can't. Chopper's got you. And now Spirit propping themselves up even better.
Yeah, double swing right there. Nice stuff. Chopper could have left Magix out on a bit of an island to be isolated, but hanging around at that door, being a nuisance, meant that Glaive couldn't close on in towards that duel for the dark position. And this kill right here, in tandem with the one that Chopper got from Magix dropping down the vent, was absolutely everything. By shrouding the vent drop with the nade towards Squeaky and the smoke on through, very standard play, that was forcing Astralis to really only have one avenue to deal with the rotation. And as soon as Esther Tag fell, that was the bomb site given up. Force Spy will come on through. Deagles scout for Device, smoke across the board for the 4 members wielding the Deagle. Or if they have it on the chicken, maybe they can wheel the chicken around. Oh, they're being mopped up very quickly. SDY.
Can we make that chicken our mascot?
You want the chicken with the Deagle on it as our mascot?
Yeah.
What are we going to call him?
Like me, you, and Rush when Alex is away.
Okay.
I don't know. I'm not that creative.
Why don't we just give him a nickname like Abandonment?
I mean, it's not very charming.
No, but nor are we.
Yeah, you know what? Fair point. Yeah. Rush, how do you feel about that?
I think that's pretty cool.
Fancy making some merch?
Sure, I would like some merch if I get some free stuff.
No, we're going to make it.
We're going to make it.
We are the people. We're the ones doing it.
Can I still get one for free, or?
Well, yeah, because we made it. We get a photo with you in a.
Yeah. Does that mean I can get a bunch of them for free, or?
Okay, well, you're asking a lot now.
You just want free stuff? Is that what's happening?
I do like free stuff. If anyone's got any free stuff in the chat, please let me know.
Please don't send Rush free things, because right now Glaive's getting real snappy. Hold on, hold on, hold on. Come on. Keep it together. Oh, God, some of these Deagles are looking so dangerous. How is this suddenly a 2v2? It looked so comfortable for Spirit, and then out of nowhere, you have some absolutely dangerous deagling. There's the nade. Good damage. Deagles again become more and more deadly. Oh, good. Good, good, good. Okay. Less of a threat, but still a threat. S-Tag tries to make it work, and another tag. Bloody hell, you couldn't ask for any more. They worked as hard as they could for that.
Yeah, that was very dangerous there within the final throws for Team Spirit. Astralis did everything they could to milk that round. But they will have to take the save now, and Spirit are up to 10. So Overpass will be the 3rd map if we need, and if we continue to trend in this direction, maybe we will. I came in today posting Astralis as heavy, heavy favorites. Just remember how the regular season matchup went.
And also remember how Big looked against Spirit.
Yeah, Spirit got a bit of a hiding. But also, yesterday, Astralis got destroyed from Heroic. So maybe they're in a shaky state right now, and Team Spirit are taking full advantage of that. They definitely look more decisive today than when they did play against Big and Dupree. He's going big. Another Deagle kill. This time, ripping the head off SDY. Early number advantage going for Astralis.
This Deagle is quite notorious. I mean, the infamous overpass clip. He's not.
How long ago was that now?
I don't know, Chad. Time's irrelevant to me.
Okay.
I just live in a state of, I don't know.
Esports.
Yep.
It's funny that time is moving. It just doesn't feel like it is.
Yeah. I just keep looking at that chicken with a little Deagle on its back, and it just brings me joy.
Someone photoshopped the Deagle as the chicken's head.
Please don't. There's no need. That's perfect. You know what? Johnny or Joni, whatever your name is, whichever way around. I'm DMing you. We're making it. We're making it a t-shirt.
Are you really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like a cute little embroidered one, you know? Just a little chicken with a Deagle on it. Adorable.
Well, they've dropped down the vent line. They've gone for the old switcheroo on their approach to the lower site.
There's no problem. Chopper's on it. Chopper's got the Mac Daddy out.
Uncle Chop Chop.
Uncle Chop Chop on the case. You got nothing to be worried about.
Yeah, this one here looks like it will be another Team Spirit round. They'll be finding themselves 11. Astralis will be going for the buy in the following. And let's see if they can make a statement off the back of those weapons. Tucked on in right now. Dupree, Esatag, and Megas seeing if they can find anything on their way out the door. Chopper jiggle peeking with the nade, give himself a little bit more mobility. As he'll run away. Hold on to this Mac 10, could use it for a top piece. Can they get past Dupree's deagle? Here we go. Batter up. You're out of here. It's a foul ball as Dupree will fall. And Esatag.
Rhymed.
Oh, yeah.
Do you think people would buy a t-shirt if it was like endorsed by Rush?
I don't know. They seem to like him for some reason.
Yeah, but what if we monetize that?
Well, hold up. We're using what people like to get them to spend money.
Yeah.
Oh my God, we're like the marketing department right now. I feel like, yeah.
It's a good one, right?
You get like a Danger Zone t-shirt for him as well.
It could be the Rush Lee special edition, only released,
50 items or something.
Yeah, very limited stock.
We call it apparel, not merch.
Of course. I think we've got a game plan here, Chad. I think we need to have a little chat about this one.
We'll do it on the car when you're in the front seat.
Yeah. I don't know. I like Rush being up there. He has a nice time. It's
He said
cute.
the back seat was comfier.
Yeah, he did. It's like you give him nice things and he's just like, I don't
It's
like
like the
it.
kid, you buy him the toy and he's like, I just want to play with the box.
Rush playing with boxes now. Mir making it in towards the outside area, trying to be on patrol, not being...
Oh.
Is he just show above the smoke?
He must have on that jump.
Okay, that's a punish. This is a really nice hold of the outside. Estek hasn't had to do anything yet. He was probably like, all right, here we go. They're coming down. Nope, no one's coming down secret yet.
Oh, Glaive with even
that was
more
very
info.
bold. I don't know how the hell he gets away with that.
Audacious swing there from Dupree, but Glaive to mop it up. The in-game leader had a fantastic showing over there on Inferno. Needs to start putting a bit more pain down range here to get Astralis back in this one. Looks like they will be getting round number 8 on the board with 45 seconds left. SDY up against just a gargantuan task, and there's Glaive standing tall as you like. M4 to the dome. Salvages himself an AK-47. Money over there for Team Spirit. Middle of the pack. I just Balance could go for the glass cannon. They could also pick up an AK-47 and then pistols or Khalils. Mac 10s, etc., if they want to go for something a little bit faster. But then it wouldn't make any sense for Idisbalance to go for the glass cannon. So the buy will be indicative based off of what Idisbalance purchases on through. There's the fan cams. Everybody at home should be a lot of Astralis fans on out there. It will just be the save. Okay, so looks like they're more than happy to concede round number 20. It's one upgraded pistol, make that 2 upgraded pistols, 2 P250s, 1 for Mir, 1 for Magix. The rest of them are just rocking those Glocks. Light utility was used just to grab space. Look at that nay. Lovely damage from Esatag. It'll be unconfirmed. He won't know what's on the other side. Another smoke falls. He only has 12 bullets, though. So if they find a timing on this, might be able to take him down, overwhelm his position. And that would leave rotation from Device with the AWP. Checking out the trophies.
Oh. When you're just trying to be safe at work. I'm trying to think of what else we can monetize with Rush. I'm thinking T-Tours in there. I'm thinking, Danger
TT-Tours?
yeah, this is we talk nonsense in these rounds because this happens. And most people with...
Well, I know what... Oh, you were even going to say with half a brain.
Oh, I was going to go down. Yeah.
We love you guys at home. All of you. Even you, the guy that tweets mean stuff.
Have you got one person who tweets you mean stuff on a regular basis?
As soon as somebody says anything that I don't like, even a little bit, I just block it.
Straight up.
Because the thing is, if you constantly read negative things, that becomes the narrative that your brain starts telling you. And then you buy into that. And then your self-loathing begins. And then what you do is you uninstall all the apps from your phone and try not to check it much, but then your work and life is tied to it. So unfortunately, the cycle of social media, it beats you down day after day. Anyway, back into round 21.
Counter-Strike won't hurt you like that, don't worry. We are looking at... I want to see Astralis look solid, and they're just not yet.
The last round was solid.
It was okay.
It was solid. It was against
the one against the
Glocks.
pistols.
Yeah, it was solid.
It was solid. I just want them to look confident.
I know
Again,
you're...
There's something that I'm used to probably the old Astralis, right? Like, I'm used to Astralis at their high point. I haven't seen them yet, obviously, too much with, you know, the changes going on, but it doesn't look like it's all clicking yet. And maybe it's just, you know, Spirit's playing a really good game, which I feel like they are.
Yeah, but this is the thing, right? We thought Astralis had a fantastic run towards the tail end of their group. They did. They won 6 on the trot since the addition of Esatang, traded on out for Bubsky. Like you said, maybe Spirit are just playing some phenomenal Counter-Strike here today. They have been looking good, much more decisive than their previous affair with Big, and this is a good reason. Backs against the wall. Whoever loses this one, they're knocked on out.
Oh, quick adjustment towards Chopper, but Device is under pressure. Magix was going to push that, press to that issue, but couldn't do it. The underhand flash buying some time. I want to see where the T-side take this now. They've shown presence. They've made their presence very noted. And Glaive's fallen all the way down towards ramp. He's got a buddy with him. Esatag's down there, of course. That's good on the first. That's a bomb confirmed as well. Yeah, this is going to be a little bit, I don't want to say easier. It's not easier, but it's a little bit more decisive this round. After that early work coming in from Device, certainly helping out. Someday Young. Ooh, he wanted that cleanly, and he gets it cleanly. Dupree now going to be forced away. Could go for a plant. Wants to take one before. Now a 1v3. Fakes the bomb. They're both there. Plays ahead of it. That's going to be great, but Magis puts his foot down before things got a little too scary, but this game's getting close now.
Yeah, and lots of damage there from SDY. Now, you can note it hasn't done a lot within the following round for Astralis and their bank balance, but it's the flow and effects of this. And if this map is anything to look back on Inferno and go, oh, okay, overtime. That was a close affair. This one definitely has some tussle about it. There's the opening from Device. Those extra kills that SDY got right there might have flow-on effects as this game moves forward. So let's wait and see what type of a buy Team Spirit want to opt for here. 3.2, 2.4, 3K for SDY, Mir with 2.8. 3 on the trot for Astralis after they've bounced back after the pistol loss. Everybody seems to be playing quite well. Esatag head and shoulders above the rest. Highest fragger in the server, 97 ADR, the most as well right there. Let's see, it looks like Team Spirit will be conceding yet another round just down to these pistols. This time they will invest into 3, make that 4 Deagles. Idisbalance holding onto the Glock, wants to make sure he has enough money to potentially get out that AWP.
They just recommended Chad Think. Smart chat. On a t-shirt, little Chad Think, yeah. I like that. I love that too, but we are seeing this up against pistols. I was going to say, John, I'd really like to see is someone who hasn't turned up yet as much in this map, is Magus. Because last time around on Nuke, he was that turret towards the upper bomb site. Super, super good play. Very flanky, very much pressuring towards lobby. I don't feel as though Spirit's been allowing that to happen, really. They haven't been hitting upper that much. It's been a lot of kind of outer area, secret play. You know, Device going to make light work of Idisbalance through the smoke. And Magus this time does at least get a little bit of play there himself. And again, with the Deagles, you're looking at a couple of cheeky kills, maybe. If they could pressure something, that'd be great. Not able to do so. Astralis keep this round safe and sound. 5 alive. Still a bit of util left over as well, so even cheaper on the reinvest. 5 alive is the most important part of that, because we look forward, I was talking about potential pressure to their economy, but now they have a lot of money to work with here. You've got Esatag with 7.8, you've got Device with just under 10K, Magus with over 5, and this is after they've already purchased on in. 4 defuse kits, head armor for everybody other than Glaive, so they are working with enough money going forward. Team Spirit, they've hit the position in the game right now where they will get max loss bonus if they lose round 23, but we're tied up at legs 11. And we're underway with Idisbalance on that AWP. Smokes are already being lined up towards Yard, and this time it feels like a little bit of Yard control. Postured forward, Glaive and Dupree in tandem. Searching for any kills on top of that silo position. Nade is great. Dupree rattled with that one right there. Down to 43 points of health. They can still try and isolate him even more so the AWP can lock him on in from top of silo. He's on an island now. Look at Glaive trying to help one out the best way he can. Smoke wall coming on through. Okay. Molly going to buy a bit of time. Smoke in the other side. Yeah, Idisbalance flashed. That's going to be Magus putting in that flash to find Magix on the other side with Dupree at the helm. Tries to go for a little bit more, but as the flash dissipates, Idisbalance is going to see a little bit more than before. Waits for the peek back in, but Glaive thought better of that.
Eventually, he showed enough leg that Idisbalance could have taken him down, but Team Spirit are the ones to back away first and check this position out, Lauren.
Ooh.
He's in the vent.
Ooh.
On the lip of the vent. This is filthy.
Yeah. Okay. Backs away, Scott. Free plays in Device. Nice little 1-2 punch. Goes back for it, though. A bit too bold. But there's another in the vent. Another waiting to strike. Are all of Astralis the imposter? What's going on? Some die young and all the others going to run to ramp, try and hit that emergency button. They need to get down. Estag in the vents, powering through. Tries to get to control room. Spots out, Disbalance, okay. Everything's noted, everything's seen. Door now open, doesn't hit the shot he needs. And now Estag goes down. Sundar Young's holding on time though, 8 seconds. They're running low on time, but Glaive is there. Can he stop the plant? No, safe plant comes in for Mir. And a 1v3 begins, and it looks less than likely as Disbalance will hold that doorway, not allow him through. The tag comes out, 20 HP.
Wow, that felt like a fumble from Astralis. It felt like they were in control of that round. Once they had lost the fact that they had the lobby control with Device and Megas postured forward, it was like, okay, well, they can just rotate towards lower. But then Squeaky Door getting swung open, the desperate attempt to go for that frag, a couple of key misses. And Team Spirit, they don't falter in that scenario. Great to see from them. I'm really surprised they walked away with that. It didn't feel like that was their round whatsoever. So Astralis will buy on through. Their money now definitely starting to whittle. Deep nade.
Slowly. Oh yeah, that nade's going to leave a little bit of a mark, isn't it? Going to sting a touch, but Mir's playing further ahead, but it's not even him who gets the kill, it's Disbalance. These guys have sped up the pace. They get tagged up, they get bruised a little, and they come out swinging. Dupree now down lower.
This is the backbreaker of a round. If Astralis lose this and they can't save any rifles, they're only going to get, excuse me, 1,900.
You're excused.
In the following, and that's just not going to be good enough, Lauren.
No, and they're looking for a bit of aggression somewhere, something to swing that pendulum back in their favor, but Sundar Young, very passive, very much in spawn.
I don't know if Dupree will check that angle as well. He's on the roof right now. He's going to come into the line of sight here any second. There he is, low on HP. SDY's seen him. 1 bullet's all that's necessary. He goes down. And now it's a 3-on-5.
And the positions from the CT side is unorthodox, at least when it comes to Device.
Oh, Device is going to think he's still in spawn. Yeah, so him slipping the net right here is going to waste even more time while Device searches this out. And meanwhile, the bomb's over towards main. So Estag is about to be greeted with some very, very angry Team Spirit players.
I wanted to see him do well. This is going to be a tough one to do it, and he knows there's a time limit on this, but he's done good damage and even gets a kill for it. Now Estag set up for success. The flash is doing well to hinder quick progress. Device makes it there in time. Maybe there's still a bit of hope here, but keep in mind there's players everywhere. But Device slicing through the back lines, cutting them through the Achilles heel. As Device now has to face off against Mir. That pistol round certainly feels like a lifetime ago, but he still wants to do well, and Device denies. 15 HP is all he needed to survive with to get the round on the board. That looked all but over.
I wish people could see my eyes right now. That was a 3-on-5. Astralis really had no business winning that at all. And Mir losing this duel. How? How does Mir lose that duel? I don't understand. That is a massive round to be pulling off for Astralis there. They're still backs against the wall. Their money's not going to be fantastic whatsoever. The buy's going to come on out. They're making it work. But at the bottom of the barrel, Team Spirit need damage in this round right here. It's only the pistol upgrades again, and we've normally seen Astralis stay very, very comfortable against these. And they've been usually dropping 1 or less. Glaive fighting towards top of silo. Mir on top of main. These Deagles need to find some work here. Magisk eventually going to spot one up. Disbalance runs away now. Mir's going to get finished on off. Magix has found Dupree in the meantime.
Oh my god, that shot.
Laser beam right there. It is a 3-on-1.
He gave him the rail gun. Oh, the reload.
Oh. Some dicey moments here.
Yeah. Oh.
Stole his bloody Deagle. Okay, so guns can be dropped across here. Dupree needs a rifle. Glaive needs a rifle. Esatag and Magus can both drop. Actually, all worked out here for Astralis going into round number 26. Guns back out for Spirit. No AWP this time in the hands of Disbalance. We've seen the pace change from Spirit. That was that quicker round that they had where they found those faster frags but weren't able to pick up the rounds. Molly towards top of hunt. That flash really scaring the idea of a top hit, but they'll creep in late after it. Here they go.
Yeah, but with Pages fighting Magix, they know what's happening here. Dupree going to play out from the vents. Very nicely done with Glaive. Looking uncompromising, at least in this round, as Mir and Chopper were meant to be maybe that kind of second part of the piece, but never quite got it into motion. Left with utility to play with, they could still make something out of this. They do have the bomb to hand at the very least. For now, CT side are all very much in one place.
Yeah, Plant's important here for Team Spirit. 3,400 loss bonus going into the next round. A Plant's going to be able to get them a full buy. Seems unlikely they win a 2-on-5 situation, especially with all this utility left over. And look at Glaive, he is a marauder, searching, seeing where he can find damage done. They now know Chopper's position. Device posted up with the AWP. Warning shots come on through. Flashes to hold them at bay. Molotov in exchange. Ladder wouldn't be a terrible call right now, and that appears to be where they are heading. Still waiting for this ramp aggression. Nobody's home. Smoke towards Decon. They're trying to bait them into the lower site. Maybe looking for financial damage themselves, but like I said, a plant is what Team Spirit's goals would be. Fast in towards ramp. Device gets his head chopped off.
Not expecting Chopper there, but good trade for Dupree. His position. I don't know what he could do with it, really. I don't think he does either at this point. Time to keep that rifle.
All right, well, loss bonus comes through. Mir holds on to that AK-47. I disbalance to be able to purchase Magics as well. Chopper should be able to get a Galil. And this was Glaive to the rescue here. Getting a big frag onto SDY as they tried to force their way onto the side, even finding a second as he emerges from the grey screen. And this was the aggressive play to take space back as Chopper was posturing towards that lower play. The smoke made two of them bite. And Dupree had him for lunch. So as we get a timeout coming through from Team Spirit, this is only their second in another close affair. 14-12. Have to discuss if they go for the buy right now. Oh, they should go for the buy right now. They're probably just discussing what strategy they want, because SDY can buy in with a Galil. Chopper can buy in with an AK and head armor, or a Galil and utility. He's opted for the latter. Magix has got the smoke, armor. Should see an AK with that as well. SDY, what are you going to go for, my friend? There we go. So the buy has come on through. Still potent. Still dangerous. Astralis 2 more rounds away. And this is for tournament life. Lower bracket. Both teams have already lost the matchup so far within the playoffs here. Astralis going down to Heroic. Team Spirit getting forced down here with their loss to Big.
See the shadow? I think he saw enough. Glaive gets the timing right. Commits for the second, and with the support of Device, gets the job done that was needed. Now, Glaive is lower, but he still stands, and S-Tag needs to be careful now. He knows that, okay, they were looking at Secret, maybe getting towards that control. Oh, wait, hold on. They're coming towards Ram. Sunday Young's found it. Glaive thinks better of trying to get involved in that. Backs up towards the top of the ladder. Heading back through into the safety in numbers. Now, the three who remain. Magic, Sunday Young, and I Disbalance. No smokes, but a couple of nades, a flash, and a molly. They've got room to play. Where do they take this? Trying to clear through lobby. Magic's a little disconnected from the others. Just coming back now.
I think it'll be a top split here. They might try and get I Disbalance to come late through May, and the other two either out Squeaky or Hut. Squeaky gets naded open. Molotov as well. Magic's close position here could lock this down.
Let's see what he can get. Clean on the first, expecting more. Right to be feeling as such. Stronghold from Magic's. Let's do pretty close this down. We're on 15. It does feel like it's very fine margins that Astralis are winning by, but they are winning these rounds.
Yeah, and it's just because I think the pace of the game, you're seeing it kick off in certain areas, opening kills come on through, and then it slows right down. This is a perfect little microcosm of this round right here of seeing how meticulous Team Spirit were of clearing back lobby, because Astralis have been going for lobby control on rounds when they have been losing territory towards yard or territory towards ramp. And in this situation right here, Astralis, they were a little bit more passive, and that's time getting melted off the clock that Team Spirit have to deal with. Now they have one timeout left after this. It's unlikely they'll need it unless they're able to convert a round. So Team Spirit down 15-12. Astralis 1 round away now to lock this one up 2-0. It wasn't the clean fashion in which they did it last time round. Astralis have been made to work here today. everything they want on that CT side going into round number 28. AKs, M4s, AWPs, full kits of utility, defuse kits of plenty. On the other side, it's Scrappy. Mac-10, couple of Tech-9s, couple of Galils. There is the utility in play. Team Spirit, what have you got for us?
Yep, it's big boy time. Glave's going walkabout towards the outside, and he's not slowing down either. He really wanted to get involved, but look at Sumdai Young getting a lot of space. I'm sure the comms are absolutely manic right now for both sides. Chopper on the edge of that smoke gets found by Device. Glaive still among the smoke itself. Lost in the source. Glaive out and about with Device. This is lush. Magix tries to spam away wildly with the Tech-9. He does connect it, so Glaive goes, but it's been Device in support the whole time. Now, Sumdai Young's probably at an angle the Device may not expect, but Dupree's got his back here at this point. Device slips back in a little deeper as Dupree understands the scenario, and it's a shutdown to win the game. It was close for a while, but Astralis show that depth, that knowledge, and that pedigree we know them for.
Introduce me, I'm the renegade. Ooh, every single night, I crave the taste. It's the adrenaline running through my gait. It gets me high, high, high. Got no time to time for small talk. I tell you the truth. I'm faster you. I'ma tell you the truth. Not in it to lose, just faster you. Look into my eyes. I'm not afraid. Take over my mind till it fades, like a medicine. It keeps me safe. This neon lights lead the way. Ain't got time for small talk. I tell you the truth. Just faster than you. Just faster than you.
that was quite the game, honestly. I think leading into this, I wasn't sure what we were going to see. Was it the Spirit that impressed us through the Pro League? Was it going to be their kind of unique approach to the game? Was it going to be the Astralis of old, the Astralis of new, the good, the bad, or the ugly? I don't know. But it did end in a 2-0 to Astralis. And it was quite convincing at the end of Nuke, I felt.
Yeah, they really turned it on there. They came alive. They were having some cleaner rounds. And look, Lauren, we got something we got to do. Starts with G, ends with Fuel.
The Mountain
Fuel.
Game Fuel power plays, that one?
That's the one.
That one?
You can use the hashtag and all that kind of stuff.
Let's get involved. Let's have a little look back, because it highlights some of the very best plays we saw, some of those individual moments kicking off, and obviously the Mountain Dew Game Fuel power plays here on the screen. This one I actually quite like. Normally when it's just like a little pistol, not a fan, but this is pretty good.
Yeah, well, the fact that Glaive gets 2 back-to-back here is good stuff. He had to step up in a big way on Inferno here to get his boys across the line, so I think that he might be leading the pack here.
Pistol, I
you like this one?
That. Not this one, I like Glaive's one.
Oh, okay.
This was nice,
You mean the snapping turtle?
It got stolen. Here comes the thief.
Yeah, you can't do that to the guy. This was nice though. SDY on top of the hut here, 4 quick kills.
Not blind, no molly.
Yeah,
it's not about that. Don't like that.
Yeah, there was some interesting approaches from Astralis, wasn't there, on some of those rounds?
I honestly just I think Glaive's 3K then with that little, the snapping turtle.
It was an important round, a very important round.
I like that one. The others,
you guys can vote. They had some interesting names right there, so use the hashtag GameFuelPowerPlays over at ESLCS. There's a poll up, I can guarantee you that. I'm going to vote in it because I like to manipulate the results of things.
Oh, like you did with who sits in the front of the car. Cool.
You're sitting in the front today.
Yeah, that's a sympathy position. But we do get to speak to Dupree, and it's always a pleasure to have a chat with him. We heard his unique laughter earlier with poor old S-Tag having to listen in. So, Dupree, how are you doing? You there? Dupree, please come in.
Hello?
Yeah, we can see you. That's all right.
Yeah. I'm doing pretty okay. I'm glad that we won, so that's a good step in the right direction.
It looked pretty rough in stages there today, Dupree. What was going on?
I don't know. We played poor yesterday, and it wasn't that much prettier today either, in my opinion. I think we there's a big difference in the way that I wouldn't say it's a big difference in terms of the way we play as a team, but as individuals, we're just not hitting our shots the way we want to, as we did in the group stage. So there's a lot of things to work on as individuals. It was obviously a little bit better today since we won, but I still think there's lots of things that we could have done better. And it's just a part of Counter-Strike, and I'm just happy with what we won today, and we have another match to play. I don't know when, tomorrow or something.
Yeah, it's probably going to be pretty quick, and it will be against the loser of Na'Vi versus Complexity. That game's going on just after yours. Which one of those do you feel like you're most likely going to play?
It's kind of hard to say. I think if you would look back and see the lineup of Complexity, if they had Oppo on the lineup, not saying that Natosaf is not going to do well, but obviously that has shifted a little bit of the focus of the team, and also maybe the way they want to play, and having to play with a stand-in. We've done that for the last long time, before the break at least, and it's already hard to go in and put a new player into everything that works out for a really well-oiled team. So I think I'd say that Na'Vi is the favorite now, since they have the full core roster, and at the same time Complexity has been playing really well. So I mean it's really open, but I think it's going to be 2-1 for Na'Vi.
Now you probably want to keep this one close to your chest here, but I'll ask it anyway because the man's just wheeled his way in behind you. You guys going to stick with the current 5 for the remainder of the playoffs here, or are you going to hold that information back from us?
That is obviously very confidential information.
Okay, that's the love. Yeah, no, I know. I thought I'd try.
Him, Chad.
Lauren,
he can't sell him down the river.
You're here. I thought
Sonic play. He's really good actually. He's doing.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's
all right.
Yeah.
Sonic's
It's like
the
when
new
he
one.
plays warm up, he drops like 25 bombs. That's his way of practicing.
Look, I'm just going to say, though, coaches are quite valuable right now, at least ones that are allowed in. So maybe don't, get him playing just yet, Dupree. Keep him maybe where he is. I don't
Jesus,
know.
Lauren, that's a bit on the nose for the moment, isn't it?
Hey, look, he's one of the legit ones. You got to shout out the guys who, still in there.
All right.
But no, good job, guys. It was a pleasure to speak to you. And, I'll leave you with your friend behind you, just hanging out. Looks like you brought your son to work day.
He's not my friend.
GG's, guys.
All right.
Have fun.
Wow. I thought I would try. I thought maybe be like, yeah, no, we're just going to use S-Tag for the rest of it. But obviously, that's one of the keys for Astralis, right?
Did you not hear the PR training voice come in of I cannot tell you these days?
I'm going to probably hazard a guess and say that it will be S-Tag with them for the remainder of the playoffs, especially now that they're in that lower bracket. But people at home, you've been voting. We're going to run you through these plays one more time.
Let's have a look back.
And a reminder.
There was a lot of glaive, there was a lot of pistols. Let's kind of define them. Now, I liked this one a lot specifically because it was actually a pretty game-changing moment.
It was an impact round, and they had 2 of those big rounds within that first half. So glaive with 1 on his own there, and in overtime here, Astralis, they were doing better on their T side, but glaive had 4 big frags in this one. Almost could have had the ace, was not to be. Mia, speaking of players who could almost have the ace, another individual who every time that we were seeing Spirit on this throughout the regular season, throughout the playoffs, he was able to find a lot of impact on the pistol, unable to get that last one because his teammates were greedy. And SDY, he did his best here on top of the hut position, 4 nice kills. But this is it. This is all we're going to see from Team Spirit. So maybe if you guys voted for one of those Spirit players, we can see them
Drum
one
roll,
last time.
Please?
Okay, glaive, 3K.
The OT one? It's good. I mean,
people like overtimes. It's where it gets exciting. I guess if they could only tune in for overtimes, they probably would. They miss all the fun stuff like the chicken.
And the pistol rounds and... so what you're saying is remove the economy from Counter-Strike gets really exciting.
Yeah, what I think we do is we change the format to MR9. Everybody starts with 16K.
Nice.
We change it to Source, and we roll it back 12 years ago.
I'd love to do a show match on Source, just because I think a lot of people don't know how horrible it was to see sometimes.
Even just early CSGO, but congratulations to glaive. Not only does he win the game, he gets the trophy of today's Game Fuel Power Play, which there isn't a trophy. It's just our appreciation to him and your votes of love.
Yeah, thanks for getting involved, guys. It's been nice. Honestly, it's been quite nice having interaction with these guys at home because, they send us
when
nice
Alex
drawings.
is here, we can talk to him.
Yeah, he lets us.
Yeah.
He doesn't normally let us, but now we can.
Yeah.
Yeah. He normally just says, don't talk to them
Anyway,
because they're my friends. What?
Tonight, we're going to hang around.
Hang around.
We're going to have a bit of a rager.
We're
going to wreck the set, and when he comes back tomorrow, he can fix it.
Coming up later, though, will be a couple of rages. Na'Vi up against Complexity, Big up against Heroic. These are massive matches. We're going to find out who'll be facing off Astralis, so plenty still to be found out. The Goonies will be taking you through it all. There will be a short break in between, of course, maybe time for a little light lunch, or maybe even a quick game of Counter-Strike, as that game is already scheduled to be locked in. So, guys, don't go too far away. We will at least see you tomorrow.